We're back. The time is now.
Hello everyone, welcome to NUFC Talk TV. We are live once again for another match today. Wolves versus Newcastle in Newcastle upon Tyne. I should say Newcastle United versus Wolves. Newcastle goes first. We are local today. So anyways, smash the like button, folks. Don't forget to subscribe. We got the build-up, we got news, build-up, and of course, the match. So we got a long day ahead of us in match reaction after full time. So smash the like button, subscribe if you're new. You can become a member, super chat right away on YouTube if you need to highlight your comment and support the channel, of course. We certainly need those, so super chat away immediately if you can. Help us support the channel. We got Gary alongside. I'm Chris, the American Mag. Newcastle United need the 3 points right now. No excuses. We need the 3 points, and we start with the big man up front. Woltemade making his debut for Newcastle United up front. The man, the myth, the legend. Well, maybe we're getting a little carried away here. We're getting carried away here for a second, but it is what it is. We are in desperate need of a breakthrough when it comes to a center forward. We're kind of at this moment in time, without mentioning the person we used to know, we've been getting it rubbed in the face. You know, everything going on, everything he's doing. We certainly need to not to prove anybody wrong, but we need to come in with good performances. We need to stop having this center forward issue. And of course, Johan Vissa was going to be able to. We thought he's going to be able to play. He wasn't. Let's take a listen at Eddie Howe first before we get going on what happened with Johan Vissa. He will not be featuring against Wolves, but there are rumors that he might be available for the Barcelona matchup. Let's take a listen to Mr. Eddie Howe.
Okay, we've got some breaking injury news from Newcastle, and deadline day signing Johan Vissa will not be fit to face Wolves tomorrow. Eddie Howe has just been speaking at his news conference ahead of that match. Let's hear from him now.
This is the first time we've been able to speak to you since Johan Vissa arrived. Why did you want to bring him here? Why did you work so hard to get him in?
Well, yeah, I think an established Premier League goal scorer, which is very difficult to find, difficult to recruit. I think he's got really good qualities. He had an outstanding year, not just last year, but the last few years in the Premier League. So he's got a history of scoring goals. He's done well against us and been a difficult player for us to handle when we've come up against him. And I really admire the journey that he's been on to get to this point, because it's not been easy for him. He's had, big steps to make in his career, but he's always adjusted and made them. So hopefully he can do the same with us.
He's just come back from international duty, hasn't he, in Africa? Is he fully fit and available for Wolves this weekend?
Unfortunately not, no. So he won't make this game. So I saw him for the first time yesterday. He's feeling the effects of the injury sustained just before he came off. So we're going to have to see how he is.
Well, Gary, welcome, mate. And Woltemade set to be set up front and throw it in the Lions' den, and he's going to have to figure it out, won't he?
Well, it's like we said before, sometimes you have to sink or swim. And, you question paying £60-odd million for a player to come and sit on the bench. And we know Eddie likes to work a little bit on the, relaxed side. We've seen it with every single signing he's brought in. Biggest problem is when you haven't got a choice, you just have to gamble with it. And the one thing that goes for Eddie is the fact that he's had a few extra days training with the boys. Now we know he's not going to be literally switched on, but he seems, a bright young lad. He seems enthusiastic, he's keen, he's eager, he's got all the earmarkings to do well. I just think, like I said, I'm hoping today, whether it comes off his knee, his ear, anything, if he gets that first goal, it could be the one that just breaks the bubble and he goes on and continues to flourish in a black and white shirt. So expectations wise, like I said, not high. I just hope he just settles down, gets a good early touch of the ball. And again, we'll go through the squad in a second, but it seems as though there's been a slight tweak to try and get as many balls into him of some quality than we can. Obviously, some are forced because of suspension, but obviously there is there is change on the other side, which wasn't anticipated at first. And the lads all said that Murphy would come into the side, but it looks like that's what the gaffer's gone for. It's gone for more quality, getting into the middle of the park in that final third. It's something that we've been lacking previously in games. We seem to have got our goals more through the middle. The only twice we've scored, which was against Liverpool, which was probably the hardest team we'd faced, and we managed to get a couple of goals. So, yeah, interesting one. And like I say, I'm looking forward to seeing him in a black and white shirt, like I said, but I'm just not expecting miracles too soon. Like I said, I just hope there's a lucky deflection, and that just gets him going and it relaxes the reins a bit.
Yeah. One man that we'll start as well is the one we see on your screen if you're watching on YouTube. It is Harvey Barnes back in the lineup. The lineups are Nick Pope at goal, Trippier, Sharp, Byrne, Livramento, Guimaraes, Tonali, Joelinton, Murphy, Woltemade, and Barnes. So Murphy coming in as well instead of Ilanga. Second game in a row that's happening. Any reason maybe to feed Woltemade, maybe to add one more threat? Do you think that's the case?
Yeah, like I said, there isn't a lot of options in the squad on that left-hand side as daft it looks, because we've got two potential recruits that would be there, and one would be Gordon, obviously suspended, and the other one would be Ramsey, who obviously is injured and out for a couple of weeks. So, and again, this is why I can't understand why Harvey Barnes isn't looking at really trying to nail this position down now. He's under no threat whatsoever, but he will be come next week. So this is like, for me, it's like a finale. He's got to go out there today and produce, and he's got to produce some quality. Like I said, I'm not expecting him to finish, and score goals, but when you look at what we've offered on both wings, it's not just Harvey Barnes's wing. On both wings going forward, the XG has been pretty low, both on left side and right hand side. And that's what I said. For me, that's where we've got to be a little stronger. We've got to be a little bit more composed, try and find the angles. We both know that, we've got a lad who likes to come in on his right foot, that likes to shape a ball towards that back stick. What we've got to have then is we've got to have players that are gambling onto them diagonal runs. Like I said, on Thursday, the biggest thing for me was that Wolves didn't look like they're very competitive in the air. So with an extra tall player in the midst to aim for now. Now, we all know that he's not a massive target man. He doesn't like to be called a target man because of his size. He likes to play with his feet. I hope we can utilise both. If we can throw some balls up to him, and hopefully it's going to be a lot of support from the likes of Bruno, and hopefully we can get moving Tonali or even J7 into that 10 slots. I'd like to see Tonali, if I'm honest with you, to be moving in on that left hand side. We saw it with Italy. Such a phenomenal player when he's playing in that free role as that left-sided midfield three. And I love to see him relaxed, play the ball. It's all one touch. It looks so simple when you play it that way. He looks as total control. Unfortunately for us, he's a little bit more restricted on his forward movements. He isn't allowed to go and involve with play. Maybe J7 today, you can actually transition both of them, one drop as one goes type of thing, because I know with J7 in the squad, previously we have seen him support Tonali a little bit more than Bruno. So hopefully for me, it's going to be a good system of play where we have got a few transitions in midfield to allow freedom. It looks very much as though Wolves are going to play with a 5 across the midfield to try and blockade that middle of the park. And again, Wolves will know how strong we are in the middle of the park. So Perrier has done a little bit of homework here, slightly changed it up compared to what we thought he would go with. and he's gone with this. You can call it a 5 at the back if you like, but we all know that Bueno and Gomez will slide up and try and narrow that midfield to make it a 3-5-2 system. So I will put what I believe could be the system. And obviously for Wolves, we've got the new lad coming in, Arrocader, who obviously has done really well in the Belgium leagues. I have got some stats that I can bring to you in a second as well.
All right. Congratulations to Harry Barnes, though he's become a father for a second time. So congrats on that.
Congratulations
On that situation. He's going to be starting. But a lot of attention is going to be placed on this man arriving at St. James's Park, Woltemade. His debut tonight. He's thrown in the Lions' Den, but he's going to have to figure it out. Now, there is some pressure on him to perform. All eyes will be on him, and it's going to be interesting how he manages that pressure tonight. You know, it is what it is. If he gets an opportunity, he bottles it. I mean, it's inevitable that opinions, the murmurs around will start to, you will start hearing whispers. And but on the contrary, if he scores, if he looks good, then all of a sudden we'll never know the name of Isak ever again. So, you know, it's a double-edged sword, but it's kind of what is. I mean, everybody knew this already. Even if Wissa was available, you know, you could say Wissa could have been an option, would have been an option, but a lot of people didn't want to see Woltemade anyway. So a lot of pressure on this kid's shoulders, but it is what it is, isn't it? As you said earlier.
Yeah, it's like I said. Sometimes you get the best out of a player if he's under a lot of pressure. Otherwise, you know, so other times, and we've seen it. You know, they will just disappear. Unfortunately, when you're playing the position that Woltemade is playing, you can't disappear. You are going to be under the spotlight throughout the whole 90. And that's why I said, I think, you know, just a little bit of luck in front of goal. If, like I said, even if it deflects off his hero and he breaks that bubble, it's gone. The pressure's gone because you're off the mark. And I think, you know, we've seen it past with a lot of big names. You know, sometimes to get that first goal just feels as though it's beyond your ability. You start snatching at balls then because you're under a lot more pressure from your playmates, the fans, the managers. Everything just starts to get a little bit stronger feeling wise. And like I say, that's when your touches become a little bit heavier. There's no control of the ball. So for me, it'd be lovely just to think that the lad can just come in. Again, it's an ideal opponent. He's not going to get much space though, unless we start throwing support in. And like I say, maybe that's the reasons why Eddie's gone for a more stable build-up, because you've got no pace in the wings. It's going to be, we know, like I say, Chachuma is the fastest player in the Premier League. There's no way. I don't even think Anthony Gordon would beat him for pace. So for me, it's all about triangles. It's all about giving Tino Livramento. He should have a lot of ability. You know, the way these will play to get Tino going down the wing. I can see everybody moving across one, with Shaw being the anchor man in midfield. In the back three, with Trippier dropping in across. So I can see the left-hand side being the one where we attack more. We know Woltemade likes to get in from that left-hand side. If you look at a lot of his previous XG, I think it's something like 17 goals were from that left side of the penalty area. So that dominates that left-hand side. It's an area where we're quite strong, and I think that's going to really benefit us going forward.
Yeah, very much so. Very much so. Just to remind people, the lineup for tonight is against Wolves: Nick Pope at goal, Trippier, Shaw. Tonight, no Lewis Hall yet. Not Lewis Hall yet. So I mean, every time I see Lewis Hall, I think he's ready. But I mean, maybe. What could it be? You know, he's not match fit. I mean, I don't see an issue when he comes in, but maybe he's only ready for those minutes.
Well, I think what Eddie was saying in the presser, Chris, was the fact that he had a serious injury. You know, and what they don't want to do is give him too much too soon. because we've seen, even with Matt Targett, you remember when Matt Targett had his hamstring issue, and then they brought him back, and then literally the game he come back, he overstretched for something, and something else twanged. And I think that's what Eddie Howe realises. If there's no rationale to force the issue, and again, we're talking about depth of squad, which is great to have. Tino playing left-hand side isn't a detriment towards the quality of the side. In actual fact, I think he gives us something different because he does play that more inverted. When he comes onto that left-hand side, he plays more inverted left, which gives us options as well as going on the outside. So for me, like I said, he's coming with a purpose. He gives us a little bit difference. And I find, in all honesty, I like him. He looks more secure in that left hand because of his ability to move forward. Where in the right-hand side, because of the system that Eddie Howe plays, he's asked to play more of a defensive role. And again, he has been susceptible to switching off at times and allowing the opposition to get in behind. So for me, it's a plus having Trippier in the side as much as we can. I thought Trippier may have been rested today because of Barca on Thursday, but he's gone with it. I think Eddie Howe realises how important this game is.
Some people calling for Malik Chow as well, not getting an opportunity yet. Is this a matter of he'll just have to make a mistake, Fabian Schär or Burn, more Fabian Schär than anything, for him to come in? I mean,
I have no understanding of this one. If I'm honest with you, like I said, if you're looking at a player to come in and have a game where you're not going to be under that much threat, like I say, they have got pace up front with Hee-Chan and Arakadere. Like I say, they ain't slouches. So for me, he would have been an ideal candidate to come into this game.
Yeah. So I'm not sure there, but it is what it is. Eddie Howe decides. So we shall see if this is going to work out. The speed is going to be an issue. Burn and Schär are not fast at all. So is that going to be a detriment? We shall see. Wolves is lining up, as we mentioned earlier, this way. Johnstone, Gomez, Mosquera, Agbao, Totti, Bueno, Andre, Reggie, Gomez, another Gomez, wasn't it? Yeah, two Gomez.
Yeah, two Gomez.
Gwang and Arokodare is starting for Wolves. Their bench, Bentley, Doherty, another Bueno. What is the...
two
what
Buenos.
is the...
Two Buenos, two Gomez. Yeah, potentially. I don't know.
Bueno is not a usual name, so interesting.
He's not a chocolate bar in the UK. Bueno.
Exactly. Munetsi, Wolf, Arias, Belagarde, Lopez, and Chachua on the bench for Wolves. On the bench for Newcastle, we didn't mention it, is going to be Ramsdale, Hall, Butman, Chow, Kraft, Osula, Ilanga, Willock, and Miley. Literally no center forward as backup. Well, Osula, you can say it. I mean, never mind. Osula should be... Well, I don't know if I would take out Woltemade for Osula at all, unless he's performing badly. I don't think that he is not match fit. I think that's not... Woltemade's never stopped playing whatsoever. So, but maybe he's not ready to Eddie Howe standard, and therefore he might not finish the whole game. So that is that. Let's go with some comments, and then we'll go to some stats that you wanted to mention. Let's go with some... Two Bueno is better than no Bueno, says Joe Velasco. Exactly. Yeah. So there you go. Let me see some comments here. I have a feeling Troll says this will be a hard-fought match. It could be. Wolves is not. It's not a team really to give us a lot of trouble, but you never know. I mean, you never know. They might be up for it, and then that's going to be an issue. So it's just. You just never know when it comes to that. You just got to go out there and try to win, man. And there's, that's the only thing that we need to do. Shane, Woltemade starts. Nick Giles says Woltemade is not center forward. Let's see how they play. Will be fascinating. I think he is center forward though. That's I mean, he might not be the center forward people are used to seeing, but he is a center forward nonetheless. Aaron King says Barnes and Murphy will need to be playing narrow for this to work. I don't know if it's ideal because we need to be stretchy their back five with overloads out wide. Joe Velasco, Walter Messi to score and Murphy to assist. Let's go. Connor says bench don't look that good and game changing with 4 defenders on it. That's a good point. But I mean, really, you got Elanga that can do something on the wing. You got Willock. You got Osula, Miley. Quite honestly, other than, I mean, we don't have Ramsey obviously or Gordon, but I mean, it's for 2 different reasons. Unlucky, I guess you can say. But yeah, you could have a point. Gary Mon says, hello, everyone. Is there anything interesting happening this afternoon? Hopefully a win, Gary. Hopefully a win.
Yeah, there's a game on, mate. There's a game on.
Yeah, there is. Of course. Yeah, if you didn't know that, obviously. Steve Gotti, looking forward to seeing Walter Messi play today. There you go. I think all of us are, man. I think all of us are. Now, listen.
Absolutely.
Stay patient, though, because he is not easy on the eye. He is not easy on the eye. So just stay patient, because sometimes he might look like you grab any bloke from the street and put him on there. But he does have quality. He is a quality footballer. You just got to once he starts banging in goals, people will start getting over the, he looks kind of like his hip hurts. He's John Wick, man. I'm telling you. He's John Wick. He just hobbles around, but he gets the kill. And that's what we need.
I'm just going to put this on the screen because it looks like Amrit has met Wolfie's brother.
There you go.
In Aspers. I mean, he said,
I saw that.
That's Louis Hall looking up to Woltemade, that is. I'm sure of
it. Louis Hall. Yeah, that's true. That'll be a good. No, that's going to be a good picture. But definitely Wissa and Woltemade. That's going to be nuts. But yeah, shout out to Amrit at Aspers Casino. Troll says we are going to have terrible corners because Trips is taking them and has been awful at it for 2 seasons now. That's mind-boggling because Tonali was taking all of Italy's set pieces, doing it well.
Yeah.
And he doesn't do it in Newcastle. I mean, that's got to be an instruction. That is an instruction.
Absolutely. Or it's Tonali saying, I'm happy to give it up. Like I said, is he too nice? But you're right. It's got to be an instruction.
It's got to be an instruction because if he does it for Italy, what stops him from doing it in Newcastle? The manager is saying, let Trips take it, blah, blah, blah. I think he might still be loyal to that Trippier of the past. And unfortunately, I'm not saying Trippier's lost his touch, but he's just not working out. And if it's not working out, you gotta make an adjustment. There's no feelings to be hurt. There's none of that. You as a manager need to make the decision. And we're still not looking good at the set pieces. I don't care how many coaches we've hired. We're still not looking good at it.
And again, you're talking the amount of time that these guys have on the field to train constantly. And it still looks as though, as we've seen previously, we're only 3 games into the season, so it is going to get better in time. But when players can't follow a simple instruction, when you see 2 players going for the same ball, there's something wrong. There's something amiss somewhere. And it's about following that instruction. We saw Shaw and Byrne going for the same ball, and in the end, they get it into each other's way. It looked a really good set piece at the time. But, once you've done it once, it's quite easy for the opposition to find out what you're trying to achieve. So after that, it's no longer a surprise. So we do need to shake it up a little bit when it comes to set pieces. Like I say, the XG from set pieces is quite poor. We've not had great success at the minute, and it's something that we need to be better of. And like I said, it was nice to see the goal against Liverpool when it was from the set piece, floated into Bruno, who obviously outcompeted at the back stick for his header. And I think that we need to do more of that. We need to show a little bit more grit and determination to get to the head, of the ball. And I often find positioning is questionable at times. Like I say, when you attack a ball, it's usually easier to attack a ball from outside the posts and run in the diagonal at the shape of the ball than it is to try and run away from the ball and still try and get powered onto it. So, like I say, a couple of positioning things that I'd like to look at and hopefully they can correct. And and I'm sure they've been working hard on other set plays. So let's see if something's new coming today.
So you got some Wolf stats that you would like to share with us?
Well, I've got some just generics. Nick Woltemade will be the fourth German player to play in the Premier League for Newcastle United, along with Dieter Hamann, Loris Karius, and Malik Chow. He scored 5 goals in his final 7 appearances for Stuttgart in all competitions, and only 8 Bundesliga players score more goals in all competitions in 24-25.
It's crazy how we have not had Germans play for us really until not too long ago. I mean, that's kind of
a lot. Like I say,
Hamann
apart
was
from
before,
Dieter Hamann, exactly. That was, as I said. Apart from that, everything else has been very recent. New Wolves forward Talou Arakador was the joint leading scorer in the Belgian Pro League in 24-25 campaign with 21 goals, also having the most shots in the division, 158. However, according to his XG, he was expected to score 28.6 goals, so he's underperformed by 7.6, which was the biggest in the division. So again, as much as he gets a lot off and a lot of goals, you say he sometimes looks like he's a bit of a snatch and grab type of player, who again probably with a little bit better composure in front of goal could really could surprise a few teams this season. So one to certainly watch. He certainly got an eye for goal. Wolverhampton Wanderers have spent 81.5% of the Premier League matches losing so far this season, with only one other side spending more than 50% in a losing position, which is Aston Villa at 57.1%. The second highest percentage a side has spent in one game state in 25-26 is Newcastle, when drawing 79.6%. So like I say, Wolves not had a great start. Since winning 6 Premier League games in a row in March and April, Wolves have picked up just 1 point in 7 games, Division 1. The first side in top flight history to produce such a run, while the last team to follow up a 6-game winning streak with 7 winless games was Liverpool in the 2002-2003 season, who won 7 in a row, then 11 winless, drawn 5 and lost 6. So again, sorry, I said Division 1, it was drawn 1, lost 6 with the previous stat. Despite winning none of their first 3 Premier League matches so far this season, drawn 2, lost 1, Newcastle have faced the fewest shots of any side, 18 in total. It's the fewest faced by a side in their first 3 games since 21-22, when Man City only had 15 shots at them. Wolves have lost all 3 of their Premier League games this season and could lose each of their opening 4 games of a league campaign for the very first time in their history. With this, their 127th season in the Football League / Premier League. Newcastle United are winless in 5 Premier League games, drawn 2, lost 3, last going without a win in September 22. The Magpies have lost both of their last 2 league games at St James's Park, last losing 3 in a row in February 21. Newcastle have scored in all 20 Premier League games against Wolves. Only Arsenal versus West Brom, that's equaling 26, and Arsenal versus Wolves, equaling 22, have played more games against one opponent and scored in each game in the competition's history. Wolverhampton Wanderers have won just 1 of their last 22 away top flight visits to Newcastle. They've drawn 7, lost 14, winning 2-1 in December 2018 under Nuno Espirito Santo, who could be coming back, by the way. In 43 away games at the Magpies in the top division, Wolves have just 2 clean sheets, with these coming in 1899 and 1974. Newcastle United have lost just 2 of their 20 Premier League matches against Wolves, won 7, drawn 11, a defeat percentage of just 10%. Their lowest against any side they faced at least 20 times in the competition. And there you have it.
There you go. Good stuff. Kirk Hope saying that Newcastle will know more about Yohan Wissa's knee injury today, but there is hope that his absence will be measured in weeks. So he might miss the Barcelona game. If you take that in consideration, he looks set to miss Barcelona on Thursday. So Well, that could be another. So Woltemade is going to have to hit the ground running, to say the least. So I've seen from Dominic Skur. Thank you, Connor, for sending me this yesterday. Dominic Skur saying that the list of the Premier League, Newcastle United's 25 men Premier League squad list for the first half of 25-26 season has been sent, and it doesn't include Lewis Hall.
No.
And Lewis Miley either. So that means they can't play.
Age. No, they can play. It's age.
Okay, it's age related. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, don't need to be registered.
Got you. Okay, that's the thing. Okay. So I wanted to clarify that because I was lost for a second. And there's no way that they wouldn't
it's
be.
quite scary, isn't it? When you look at it like that and you can't see names on a sheet, you start thinking, what the heck's going on here? Yeah, it's just age related, mate. They don't need to be registered.
Okay, cool. Good stuff. But yeah, I mean, everybody that needs to be there. If with that being clarified, everybody's supposed to be there. I don't think there's anybody out. I don't even think we got. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to say, have we got any more?
Any more players.
We certainly aren't Chelsea when it comes to team depth.
Exactly. Interesting. Steve is saying, I don't know where his source is, but he's saying that Yamal is out for Barca tomorrow, so he could possibly be saving him for the Champions League game, or might miss the Champions League game.
Thigh strain, I heard. Or say that was what was reported on social media yesterday, I think it was. Yamal's picked up a thigh strain, slight, but won't be risked. So, like you say, he'll probably be rested, ready for Thursday.
Yeah. One man that is going to be in is Sandro Tonali. Never in doubt. Newcastle United's best player, in my opinion, ready to play. Sandro Tonali. With the glasses, Clint Clark in the building. And, of course, I think that's Lewis Miley there coming in as well. Lewis Miley looking for an opportunity, looking for minutes to play for the Toon. Tino Livramento been playing really, really good. No doubt he'll be starting. We shall continue how far this goes. Thank you to Random Access for being a member for 11 months. He says 2-0 to us today. I say 3-0. Drop in your predictions if you're part of a prediction tournament. You should have done that already on the group chat for predictions. If not, email your predictions before kickoff on today, right now. Do it immediately. You know the lineups. You know everything else. Or Kent Clark, not Clint. Did I say Clint? Kent Clark. Or no, it's not. It's not Kent. What was his name? What was Superman's name?
It was Clark Kent.
Clark Kent. There you go. Clark Kent. It's
Clark.
Backwards.
Yeah, he's the Irish Superman.
It was back. Well, this is the dodgy one. But anyways, so let us know in the prediction tournament group chat. Put in your predictions. Minus 3-0. We got the other ones. Betsy saying 3-1. Jonathan 3-0. A lot of 3-0s. 2-0 from Sheila. Andrew Barnwick 3-0. Boki 4-1. Andy Bell 2-1. A lot of people saying 3-0. Ian Fleming once again. So if you haven't already done that, please do that before we close up that group chat. And
did I say?
And of course, if you're not participating, that's fine. You can just drop in your prediction. If you're not participating, that's fine on the chat right here on the live chat. But if you are participating and you're not on WhatsApp, you better email your prediction at tmw@nufctalk.tv. tmw@nufctalk.tv to Mighty Win so he can get it sorted. Do it before kickoff or else you are knackered. You won't get it. What's his name? Ronald Turnbull. You've been missing a few, so come on now. Scott, thank you, Random Access, once again, brother, for gifting 5 memberships. Very much needed that one. Thank you. Going to Scott Farron, Stephen NUFC Warbarton. Thank you. It's going to Ian McCubbin, Michael McDougall, and Amar Shakil. So welcome all of you to the membership club. We're doing things for members as well. So welcome to the membership. And, of course, renew your memberships as well. Ooh, the Queen of Heart now. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Boy, do we need this one. Queen of Heart, thank you very much indeed, ma'am, for your kind gesture. Gifting 5 memberships. That's going to Howie. It's going to Toon Lad. It's going to Davy B. There's another one that's called Davy T. Interesting.
Yeah.
And it's going to Kieran Curtis and to Laura. So congrats to all of you. Welcome to the membership club, and please renew your membership at the end of this month, or in a month's time, really, which will be October 13th, somewhere around there. So enjoy that, and thank you, Queenie. Thank you, Random Access, for your kind support to NUFC Talk. Smash the like button, though. If you don't have enough to donate, then it's free. It doesn't cost you a dime. Smash the like button on YouTube. It helps us out tremendously if you do that for us. We are waiting for images, of course. St. James's Park should be packed tonight. No doubt about it. It should be packed. No issues there, I don't think. It was a picture I was seeing before about, talking about if we've made progress, and complaining that we're moving slow. In just 2020, there was a picture of the stadium that was really empty, basically, with the Sports Direct on there. And I mean, it was just, it was somber. Fans weren't going to the match. It was just, and so in putting that into perspective, certainly we've made a lot of progress. Champions League qualifications, a trophy after so long. We are competing. People are not saying playing Newcastle is easy. No team wants to play us. So especially in Newcastle. So there's a lot of improvement that we've made. So taking in that, if you just zoom out and look at what we've done, certainly no doubt about it, that we've made a lot of improvement. So there's no denying that at all.
It's an interesting one about the new CEO. Looks like he's going to be introduced to the supporters before kickoff. David Hopkinson.
I think it's good.
Well, I was going to say, I think it's a real positive. I mean, the gentleman looks very fan focused, very forward thinking, and club focused. He wants to achieve at this club, so can't fault that.
First of all, we got to stop looking at the negatives on everything, and it's Win is not publicly sharing this, but he's trying to get us going in the back, sharing something. Is it good or is it bad? It's good. He's everybody's boss. So when you get a new boss, he comes around and he gets introduced. Plain and simple. He's not we got to know our place, and David Hopkins is the boss. So they're going to introduce him to the fans. Maybe they want to say that he just wants to be close to the fans, and he's also been around the women's team. Spoke to Becky Langley and met the team, and went to. They're playing at Gateshead now, I think. And
they are.
So they're doing all that. There's not an issue. I mean, he's the CEO of Newcastle United, so he is literally the person that's going to be making every important decision there is to make for Newcastle. So I don't see anything bad in that at all. I did see something of him about going to the Stack, though. I don't know if that was.
He did. That's when he's been meeting all the fans at the Stack. So I think it was. I know somebody was putting. I think Gwyn had put in the chat that it was before the game. I think he's probably got that a little bit mixed up. It looks like he's already been, according to Newcastle United, have put out some photographs, and I can see on X now. He was in the Stack ahead of today's game, doing exactly what Darren Eales used to do, just go and
nobody questioned Darren Eales.
No, exactly.
So it's maybe he wants to be closer to the fans, and he's understanding that the fans are very important. And I mean, this shouldn't be an issue with that one. It's good. It's good that he wants to be close to the fans, and I thought Darren Eales did really good about when it comes to that. People underestimate what the word CEO means. CEO, you usually don't ever see your CEO. I mean, in any most companies in the world, you don't see your CEO. So the fact that Darren Eales did a good job, he's very friendly. Always look for a picture. I mean, when he came to America and we met him there, he invited us a pint, and he was very very friendly. And maybe Hopkins is trying to do the same thing, get close to the fans. I think there's no issue there. I mean, so
I mean, it was when we were. I mean, even when we went to see the stack, we saw a few of them, didn't we? They were very approachable. You know, very like you say. I've seen very few executive pods in any role be involved as much as these seem to want to be when it comes to the fans. So I think it's very much a positive, the fact that, like I say, there is that connection. And you know, it all started from Amanda Staveley, didn't it? You know, she seemed to be the one that liked to get embraced with the fans and speak very highly of the fans. And I think that's where that connection came from, and it's moved forward. And I think that was the problem with the majority of fans, is because as we took that massive leap forward as a united company, if you like, with the fans seemed to be involved in everything that was happening at the ground, it stopped. And I think that is where the noise started to appear, because fans don't like that. You know, you can't open the door and allow them in 1 minute and then be the bouncer and stop them from entering the next. And I think that's how it felt. You know, there just seemed to be no rhyme or reason. I mean, apart from obviously Darren Hill's not being very well. So that's something that you just have to just give him time, and hopefully he can get better. But now he's through the door, you know, and we've seen, it looks like Mr. Ross from Nottingham Forest, now the window's gone, will be allowed to be released from prison under Maracana's, because he said, you know, as much as he wants to go, he's not leaving anywhere until the transfer window is closed. So that's an interesting one.
And yes, we do have some pictures here from Mr. Hopkinson. This is public by Newcastle United, as he was meeting fans. And I think fans will always like this type of stuff. I mean, that's kind of the Newcastle thing. It doesn't surprise me of Mighty Wayne trying to create controversy for no reason. But you know, it's there we go. Let me see. Let's share this one. That is right there. Hopkinson meeting the fans. I mean, the lady there, very well suited up. Interesting. Is that the old logo on this recording? All of this, it makes him look good. You know, it makes him look like he's interested, like he's, you know. So, no issue whatsoever when it comes to stuff like this. He's trying to meet the fans, and of course, he's being introduced first game. And listen, a lot of people are giving him credit. I think he should be given credit, obviously, for taking care of those tickets that were supposedly sold under wraps by season ticket holders. And there was another thing as well that came out of that another school canceled their trip, and that was a school in Dumfries, which I don't know where Dumfries is as far as Newcastle. Oh, Scotland. Another man, what the heck? And so another set amount of tickets canceled. Another set amount of tickets that were found that people, season ticket holders, selling them. It's not hard. It's not hard to find though. You know, it's you see that there's something dodgy going on. Now you're gonna go and see all tickets that have been transferred for this game against Wolves, and see if they look dodgy or not. Not really hard to do. So a lot of people are going to go down for this. You know, a lot of people are going to go down for this.
Well, there's a lot being investigated, apparently. That's, you know, a lot of people with the season tickets that have been put up for sale are now being looked at. So, like I say, you've got to be careful with the amount of people now vying for season tickets. The club, you know, like I say, they know that they won't take a lot of selling if these people want to abuse the situation.
True. And so, Kirk Cudbright Academy says, due to circumstances completely out of our control, the Premier League experience trip to Newcastle tomorrow has been canceled. The tour operator overseeing our trip has been in contact to say that they have been advised by Newcastle United and Northumbria Police that as a matter of safety, no group should attend the match tomorrow. And as this is a live and dynamic situation, we will provide a further update over the course of the next week. We will ensure that no family is left out of pocket due to this disappointing development. We are all very sorry to have to make this announcement. So, man, it's you know, do you blame people like this? No, I mean, you go to a website and you ask for and you look for tickets. If they're available, what are you going to do? You know, it's not their fault. It's the people selling them.
Yeah, I mean, I bought some, didn't I? I mean, I went to the Tottenham game, and like I say, they were extortionate. You look at these third party. How would these third party companies getting the tickets? They must be getting them from somewhere. And like I said, my seat that I sat on when we beat Spurs 2-1 was a lady's seat, because that's who they sold me the ticket name under. It was still her name. So, like I said, somebody sold that ticket to the third party companies. So, like I said, be careful.
Be careful, ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to this stuff.
Just going on to the Lamine Yamal situation. I've just had Connor, bless him. He sent me some information that has been forwarded by Fabrizio Romano. Apparently, he was given lots.
Connor's got good contact.
Yeah, he's amazing when it comes to it. With all the news, apparently, according to Hansi Flick, Spain gave him painkillers, and even when they were winning, they made him play through the pain. This is not taking care of the player. I'm very sad about this. Was the words from Hansi Flick. So
who gave him painkillers?
Fabrizio. It was Spain, the Spanish doctors during the international break. And according to what they're saying, that Lamine Yamal will miss tomorrow's game and will potentially also be out for Newcastle.
Well, that's good for us. I mean, imagine. But quite honestly, though, it's happened to us. We don't know the details, but it was us hurt, and we don't know if that was the same situation, but it's just, what can you say? I mean, it's just part of the thing. I don't want people to say now that the international football is the problem, because he could have been hurt in practice.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, it's just luck of the draw, man. I don't know.
I just think sometimes, you've got to see it for what it is. It's listen. We all know you can break your bloody ankle crossing the road, falling down a curb, and you're quite right where you were making your American mag statement yesterday. The protection that the players decide to wear these days is none. They're slip-on boots. There's very little protection around the ankle area.
Socks on, man. They got socks on.
Yeah. The shin pads are as small as they possibly can because they don't want anything. Again, it's all about control of the ball. And the reasons why they have these so-called slippers as boots these days is because they want to feel the ball. They get more of a touch of the ball, and when they're kicking through it, they know if they've kicked through the valve or not, because they can feel it when they get through the ball. So again, it's the modern football today has gone, but even the ball has changed. I mean, you look at how light the ball is now compared to how it used to be. I don't think any of these boys would have kicked the old case of balls in this footwear, trust me, because they would have a couple of metatarsal snaps.
That's right. The men of the hour, Woltemade, their games, 28 goals, 12, 2 assists in 24-25. Very much the same stats of Shesko, of Ekitiki, so those players have gotten a lot of attention, certainly by us as well, because we wanted them. They didn't go through, but Woltemade doesn't get talked about enough, in my opinion, because he is just pulling the same numbers. He's younger. He is still got a lot of future ahead of him, and he's looking proper right now with that curly hair and that El Zorro mustache and goatee there. He's going to be – a lot of people are excited for Woltemade, and I think that, there you go, getting a round of applause there from fans. Hopefully he can live up to the expectation, for everyone's sake, to be honest. And the cameras all over him, it's just – it feels good, but that's something, as we mentioned already, something can, it can be disappointing if there's if nothing happens there. But we can only be hopeful. Obviously, the defense is something to look at in how they perform against a fast team like Wolves. It's we shall see. But Sharp certainly hasn't made a mistake to be sent to be able to be subbed out or burned, much less. Obviously, Burned right now playing out of his skin. So with his deficiencies, you got to praise Dan Burn, because he's not the fastest, he's not the quickest, but he is able to find a job to get the job done. You know, but he's still managing to really put Newcastle's name higher and higher to a degree where you can say, you know, in the future he will be going down as a Toon legend. You know, because representing your country, going to a World Cup, and by actions of Tuchel, you can say he might take him to the World Cup, and I hope he does, because that's only going to solidify Burns' career and also put Newcastle United in another light. 3 internationals for Newcastle United. That's not something to go. That's why when you think about it, have we made progress? I mean, everything is positive. 3 internationals. The last time you saw that was, I've never seen that. In the 90s when I was a Baron, maybe, but you know, never again. Right. Newcastle was never taken serious when it comes to that. So, and that's just one thing: winning a trophy, qualifying for Europe. Teams don't want to play against us. So Newcastle United are very much on track to become what they want to become, which is a massive, important club in the world. So, you know, there's a few things that we need to tighten up, but other than that, we're good. We're good. But in this Premier League, ladies and gents, we do need 3 points tonight. No doubt about it. And Wolves know that, so they have to. No Larson, which is a very positive. And there's talks about Larson renewing his contract for less of what Newcastle wanted to offer. So, you know, it's some saying that Newcastle will be in the winter window. I don't know. Do we need a Larson? I mean, unless Newcastle will definitely play with 2 strikers moving forward. Other than that, I don't see it.
I mean, you listen to a lot of the local to Larson, the fan base. They all seem to think that Pereira didn't have a say in this. It was all board driven when it come to Larson. And I think the way it sounds from Wolves fans, and they obviously get some information from somewhere, whether it's a journal or what, from the Express and Star, which seems to be the local rag to these guys. It seems to be very much on the implication, and again, I'm only surmising, is the fact that we were just too late for them to get a replacement. I think we wouldn't have had Woltemade if the Larson deal would have gone through. And the only reason why the Larson deal didn't go through was timing, according to the reports that are coming from the rag. So, again, I don't know how true that is.
Yeah, Kieran Kelly reporting something. Kieran Kelly is Irishman covering Newcastle United for the BBC. It says that Jacob Murphy writes of outside noise, quoting, "There's no denying that some of it may have become a distraction, and from time to time it is inevitable that it can all play on people's minds. However, such things have a way of turning into new fuel and new motivation for us," according to Jacob Murphy. So, yeah, it's time to put things behind us and move on. We need 3 points. That's really what matters tonight. Nothing else, nobody else. And it's all about Newcastle United moving forward. And I think that we got bigger fish to fry to be worrying about noises and other people that are not part of our organization anymore. So it's just, it is what it is. It's
just got somebody at the door, Chris. I'll be back in a second.
Yeah, go on. No worries. So we got the match pretty soon, ladies and gents. Smash the like button if you are listening, if you are watching NUFC Talk, ready to bring you the latest trending stories, every match, every reaction, everything from fans all over the world, including fans now from outside St. James's Park. You can have your say if you're going to the stadium. Outside, you shall see our reporter, Amrit, with a mic and UFC Talk TV gear. You'll see him there. You can come on and have your say. If you watch us on there, if you're going to the stadium, a lot of you do. Go out there and go and have your say with him. He'll be out there outside of St. James's Park and close to the club shop. So you'll see him there with the camera, with the light, with the mic, with the gear, ready to take your opinion. And we shall upload that as soon as possible, probably tomorrow. Don't forget that full-time reaction with fans online. Our motto is making Newcastle United as bigger as we can. We give fans from all over the world, Newcastle locals, international fans, we give them the conch to have their say, all of them. So after full time, we have the full-time reaction call-in show. You can call in, have your say about the match today, hopefully with 3 points. And if you're going to the stadium, we also facilitated for you to go on and have your say with Amrit, our Roman reporter, getting the latest from the fans from outside St. James's Park. Newcastle United versus Wolves coming up immediately, ladies and gentlemen. Woltemade set to make his debut for the Toon. Let me recap on the lineups quickly. It is going to be Pope. It is going to be Trippier, Shard, Joelinton, Tonali for the Toon. Barnes, Livramento, Murphy, Voldemara, Byrne, and Bruno Guimaraes on the bench. Ramsdale, Hall, Botman, Chiao, Kraft, Osula, Ilanga, Anthony Ilanga, Willock, and Lewis Miley for the Toon. The teams are in the tunnel, ready to make history tonight. Well, ready to make history is in our first 3 points of the season. We certainly need them. Bruno Guimaraes leading the crowd there in the tunnel. Wolves, a very, very fast team. We cannot underestimate them. We have to put them out once we can. Coming out right now, Nick Pope, another player. I mean, it's lingering around whether, people want to see him. Maybe we want to see Ramsdale from time to time. Maybe that can be facilitated at some point in time. But right now, there we go. Woltemade, very much a Christian man. I love that one. I'm a Christian man, and we shall respect that. Coming into, stepping into the turf, praying to our Lord and Savior. Bruno Guimaraes, another Christian man. Tiao, a Muslim man as well. We need all the help we can get. We need the 3 points. But most importantly, we need peace in this world. We certainly do. Anyways, folks, Joelinton. Look, Joelinton doesn't look so big in front of Woltemade. That's crazy. As crazy as that is. Woltemade and Byrne. Byrne is only an inch taller than Mr. Woltemade. They look very same, though, if you're not really paying attention. Matt Dog. Eddie Howe looking in the stand, saying hi to his family. The flags are there. Newcastle United's lineup once again. Pope at goal. Was he called up for England? He wasn't even called up for England. That would have been 4 right there. But it's kind of tough with the goalkeeper. I mean, Trafford now, and then you got obviously Pickford. But anyways, the midfield 3: Tonali, Joelinton, Guimaraes starting midfield for a long time, and Woltemade making his debut up front. I love to see the German flag there. Harvey Barnes and Murphy, 2 Englishmen. We haven't gotten an opportunity for England. I doubt that is going to happen, but you never know in this world what can happen. Wolves, of course.
It seems really strange to see a Premier League side these days with this many Englishmen in it. I'll be honest with you.
Well, that to me, around the world, that was a criticism for the Premier League for a long time. Around the world, because of your national team weren't performing with great players. And one of the criticisms that I would hear from international fans about England is that the Premier League is so great, but it doesn't cater to, it won't affect the national team because it's international players left and right. I don't know that there is a rule for it. It doesn't seem to be that, like, for example, Italy, their national team was rubbish for a while, that they said, we can't continue to do this. Our national team comes first before the league. Therefore, we're going to force a rule that a certain amount of Italian players need to be on the pitch for all teams. And it worked. It worked to get them back on track. I mean, obviously, I don't know if that's that came about as well when the Premier League overtook the Serie A and it was the other way around. So maybe that had something to do with it. But priorities, man, we got to put it. I would say that should be something to think about. Putting Englishmen first before internationals doesn't mean that you don't play with internationals, but you gotta cater to. If not, what's the point of English players, young English players? They're not gonna get any time. They're not gonna get the time. So we're set to kick off, ladies and gents, at St. James's Park. Eddie Howe, ready there. Is it cold in England right now? It seems like a lot of people are wearing a little bit of just...
Temperatures have dropped considerably over the last week or so. It's obviously getting to that time of year now where autumnal winds start to creep in.
There we go. We have kicked off, ladies and gents, at St. James's Park. You'll get the first half from me. Second half, my goodness. Wolves. I thought that was a goal, and that would have been really disastrous for Newcastle United. Wolves just got a shot out of nowhere, 13 seconds underway. How in the heck did Wolves get that close? We will never know. Look at this one, Gary. It's
straight over the top. Look, it's deflected. I mean, straight into his path. Well done, Popey. I mean, he got his full foot behind that, and Popey just got a fingertip to it to claw it past the post. But that was so. I suppose.
Be careful once again, and now Pope.
Here we go.
Saving Newcastle United. What is going on? We need to wake up. Hello. Here? Wolves is knocking on the door like a Jehovah's Witness.
That's crazy. I mean, literally, he just on the edge of the box. Had time to get it, chest it down, and then on the volley, just gets it on target. And the ball's shaping away from Popey there, but luckily, close enough for Popey to be able to get both hands to it to knock it out for another corner. Here we go again.
Yeah, here we go, a corner into the box now by Wolves. Well defended there. Be careful with that header back into the box in the danger zone. And Newcastle, Bruno's Newcastle has to put it out of, put the house on fire, ladies and gentlemen. And be careful now. Livramento guarding that ball. He's going to look for a foul. Nothing there, though.
What are you doing, Tino?
And here we go. Well done there, Bruno. Bruno losing the ball. Wolves is ready for business.
Yeah, they certainly are.
What is going on here? Magpies struggling in the first minute or two of this game. I'm not 100%
got to be
sure.
Stronger in that position there.
Yeah. Well, he was gambling for the foul, but I mean, you're playing a very, very risky game if that's what you're going to be doing.
I mean, there was like a hand on the back, but I mean, it didn't look as enough for him to go down as much as he did, you know?
Right.
And like I said, then you are just giving the opportunity for the referee to say, carry on, mate. Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with that.
Exactly.
So, very, very, very difficult.
You got to know where you gamble. Now we got Sandro Tonali on the left side of the pitch getting through. Sandro Tonali gets through. Tonali with the outside of his foot trying to cross that ball in.
Yeah.
That wasn't too great, but boy, he got on the run. Number 8.
I can see what he was trying to do, though, trying to get one to the back stick, shaping away from the keeper. This is Johnson's in goal. Saw, who's their stalwart in goal, has been dropped for this one. I don't know whether he's injured or whether it's just a case of the gaffer wants a different face in between the sticks. But I don't know much about this guy, this Johnson, to be fair. But like I say, he's given him an early touch.
Mark, I'm gonna call you Mark. Yeah, I'm not sure really what Mark is saying there. For fuck's sake, Toon, we are playing special football. Well, it's a different type of special. To say the least. Eddie Howe, not happy with that one, looking at the iPad. And obviously having a conversation with Mad Dog. And Newcastle cannot put two passes together to get through the halfway line.
They are really shook up at the minute. Wolves are literally on their toes, really on fire for this one. Perrier has really got them fired up for this game.
It's easy for opposition that are I'm not saying smaller, but you know that you can expect that people expect that they're going to lose. It's easy to fire them up, saying, "Look, everybody thinks that we're going to lose, like we're going to roll over." You know, it's I would assume that would be an easy way to get your team going. But here we go, Bruno Guimaraes, commended the midfield now. Back to Tonali on the right side is going to be Kieran Trippier. Murphy passing the ball there. It was going to be for Bruno. Murphy!
Oh!
Woo! With his left foot.
Yeah, I thought that was shaping into that far corner.
I thought that was going to go in. That was a good opportunity there by
a bit of misunderstanding, but Woltemade was clever enough to read that. He drops back out of the front line in the middle because originally it was for Bruno, the ball from Murphy. And he literally first times it straight back into the path of Murphy, who hadn't got to change his stride whatsoever, just shapes it with his left foot and it just goes beyond the far post. Unlucky for Newcastle.
And here we go again. Newcastle now settling in the game. Tonali back to Trippier on the right side of the pitch to Jacob Murphy. Jacob Murphy's going to throw it in. Be careful. Well done there by the goalkeeper.
Yeah, Johnson gets a
Joe Linton was coming. I'm not sure if Joe Linton would have scored that anyway. But
certainly Bithead.
Back to Livramento.
Yeah, this is
Harvey Barnes with the cross in there. Woltemade was being held there by 15.
Yeah, again, a good ball played into that edge of that 6-yard box, which is that no man's heath. They just don't like, keepers don't like coming anywhere near that because they don't know whether it's going to get a deflection. So it's a cracking ball in from Harvey Barnes, but there was just no gamble.
And here we go. Woltemade there putting a little bit of pressure on Wolves. Wolves has to pass the ball around. Livramento, well done there. And now Harvey Barnes, the referee, is going to say, wait a minute, hold up. I got something to say. Not sure what he called there, but
handball.
6 minutes underway. A lot going on right now, Gary.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, Wolves didn't give us time to settle in the first couple of minutes, and they were chasing. Oh, that was a nasty one, to be fair, on Bruno. He's coming on the lateral outside part of his knee, and I don't know whether Bruno's twisted an ankle or something here, because if you have a look here, he dives in and takes his back leg with the heel, with the studs, if you have a look there, just down his Achilles tendon. So that is going to be sore. Yellow card, do you think? It's got to be. Yes, yellow card for
yellow card there.
Got to be. Like I said, he wasn't in control of that one at all. And like I said,
there with his...
At first, I thought that may have done his outside ligament and bent his knee inwards. But watching it again, it was his follow through from his back underfoot, if you like, because he's off the ground, and his underfoot literally comes and smacks the back of the heel of Bruno, like I say, which sometimes can put your ligament, your Achilles tendon. Sorry, you're not your ligament, your tendon, into a bit of a spasm, and it does become quite sore. Well done.
There we go.
J7 with a bit of cold spray on that knee. Still not 100%
that knee is
sure.
A dodgy knee there.
Yeah.
A dodgy knee of Joe Linton. And I was saying yesterday, it seems like nobody talks about there's a Gordon, suspended man. And he shall be back next game, right?
Yeah, his suspension ends today. It's his last game.
Okay, there we go.
You think when you say about Joe Linton, and you were quite right in saying sometimes it's overlooked the amount of times that the lad seems to be getting injured these days. And the difference is because he's asked to do a different job now. He's the one that, like you say, the spoiler, if you like. He's the one that's going to get thrown into the deep end. He's often got 2 or 3 bodies around him. And because he gets involved in their juicy tackles, I think his body's starting to show a little bit of wear and tear now. So especially on that right knee, since he's done his thigh ligament, he seems to be struggling somewhat on that right-hand side when he gets hit. So something we've got to keep an eye on.
We are 8 minutes underway at St. James's Park, Newcastle United Wolves, live on NUFC Talk. The goalkeeper there, John Stone, hoofing it. Wolves allowed to pass the ball more than I would like them to, quite honestly. We see Woltemade putting pressure there. Well done, Bruno Guimaraes with the ball. Back to Woltemade. Well done there to Joe Linton. Now Harvey Barnes on the left side for Newcastle United. Joe Linton with the overlap. Back pass. Well blocked there.
Oh, sorry. Jordy Dunn saying he's got 1 game left. Yeah, because he got suspended against Liverpool, didn't he? And this is the second game in. Yeah, you're on.
Yeah,
Leeds,
so we got 1 more.
Wolves,
so that would be Arsenal.
Yeah.
So he's going to miss Arsenal away, man.
Thanks, Jordy Dunn. Yeah,
Cheers, Jordy.
Thinking Liverpool was the first game. It wasn't. It was the second, mate. Thank you.
Well, you could look at it technically. It was because he got sacked there, so he didn't finish the game. I mean, literally, he didn't play that game. So the punishment is really almost 4 games.
It's harsh, isn't it? Yeah, well, that's what I said when you get done for like the violent side of it, if you like, because of out of control, you get punished even worse.
The pass gets through. Be careful now. Well done, Dan Burn battling that one.
Well done, Dan.
Well done by Newcastle's Gladiator in defense. Bruno gives the ball away. Be careful. Oh, man, gets through there. Wolves. Oof, my goodness. Oof, oof, and super oof.
Yeah.
Rodrigo Gomez.
Starting to get down that side, Rodrigo Gomez. Like I say, playing in this 5 midfield, they're allowing a lot of space to be. I mean, I don't know what Bruno was trying to do there. Trying to take on a player. Just dangerous positions, and there was no need for him to be involved doing that.
Wiggling around, Rodrigo Gomez.
Yeah, like I say, he's allowing to have, because of the way we're playing at the moment, there's a bit of space between the wingers, Murphy and Trippier. And what Rodrigo Gomez is doing is actually playing in between the two, knowing full well that the left centre-back is covering his backside to a degree. So it seems to be working in Wolves' favour at the moment, this system.
Yeah, we cannot put 3 passes together, and that is an issue. Wolves are right on top of us at the moment, controlling the game. And that's I don't think that's what Eddie Howe playing tonight.
No, like I said, looking at the way Wolves had set up previously with the 5 at the back, it's very much a different shape now. And like I say, what you've got is Rodrigo Gomez being the one that, very much like us on the left hand side, being the one that's really pushing down and forcing his way, if you like, sitting in that hollow between Trippier and Murphy, and neither of them are really picking them up. And when we are transitioning through that defensive mindset to go in attack, because the lads are pushing on to get the ball, Bruno then decides to try and take the player on down the line. And like I say, he's just running down a blind alley, unfortunately. I think Bruno has to be aware of when to do that type of role and when not to.
Here we go, a throw-in for Newcastle United. 12 minutes underway here. 0-0 between the two parties. Livramento with the throw-in. It's going to be a long throw-in. A corner throw-in, as I like to call it. Joe Linton getting through. Be careful! Oh, Jacob Murphy, what a save. What a save by Johnstone. But it was point blank, that shot.
3 yards out, man.
I mean, you could have done something there, Jacob Murphy. Alone against the world. Oh. And he missed that opportunity. My goodness gracious. Look at this. By himself. And with the leg, with the knee. Quickly, another play there for Newcastle United in the danger zone. Wolves looking for an option. Barnes with a shot from deep and going all the way outside the stadium. And Newcastle United knocked on the door, but that should have been in, no doubt about it.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I say, this system at the minute is favouring Wolves. But like I say, this is what you get with Wolves. Everybody attracted to the ball on that long throw-in. And there's 2-on-1 at the back stick with both Bruno and Murphy there. And unfortunately, that's a criminal miss, that is really. I mean, I don't think the keeper knew too much about it.
Thanks, Ian Fleming, for the super chat there. Says it's Bournemouth, not Arsenal. Gordon misses Chris. There you go. That's good. Good for us, I would say. So thank you very much, Ian. And yes, that's a bit of good news. Not to underestimate Bournemouth, but I'd rather have Gordon available for Arsenal. Not to be fair.
I'll tell you that.
Burn. Joe Linton, be careful. Joe Linton looking for an option. Has to pass it to Tonali.
Again, wrong
option. Hospital pass there.
Yeah.
And now Wolves back with the ball. Newcastle cannot keep the ball in midfield, giving it up. That has to do with the pressure from Wolves, though. Every time we get the ball, they're immediately at our ankles.
Yeah, it's like I say, it's an interesting system because it is actually a 4-4-2, but it's a weird setup the way Wolves have actually playing this with Gomez, Mosquera and Bueno playing more or less as the deep role. And then you've got H. Bueno just in front of them that play the more of a right back at times, but he's just in between the Krejci, Andre, Gomez, and the other Gomez, who's pushing right on that left-hand side. So if you look at the diagonals, it's a bit of a crisscross diagonal with the back four, the mid four, and then the front two, with Arakadare and Hee Chan just playing in front of it. Arakadare just seems to drop off and Hee Chan seems to move on, and then they transition between the two of them, where Arakadare goes further forward and Hee Chan then drops into that left-hand channel. So again, Newcastle are a bit unhinged by the setup of Wolves, and because of the way they're playing, there's no space in midfield for actually get those passes going because there's bodies on them all the time. They've gone very much man for man and just left our Gomez just on his own in between both Trippier and Murphy.
A corner into the box by Newcastle United. Well, Damara gets through. I think that must be his second or third touch of the night. Not much going on there. Couldn't get a good connection. To be fair, not many passes to Voldemar.
Marky in the chat says, football's just landed in my garden here in Ashington.
I saw that,
that might be from the Barnsley shot.
Yeah.
Love it.
Good stuff there. Johnston with the hoof for Wolves. Trying to aim at Rocadore. Now he gets the ball back. And here we go. Wolves again managing the ball there. Gomez, and that's going to have to pass it back there. Mosquera and Johnstone. All the way to Newcastle's other end. Dan Byrne with Fabian Schär. And here we go, Sandro Tonali. Losing the ball there in midfield. Trippier trying to help him out, and Wolves still has the ball. Rocadere on the left side for Wolves. I had to pass it back, and that couldn't do a play there. Wolves still with the possession. Probably they had the possession more than us this game so far. Now be careful with the ball in there. Rocadere was well done by Fabian Schär.
That was
saving Newcastle United. Because Rocadere was ready. Newcastle United not playing good right now. I'm not gonna lie.
No, well, like I say, it's these little channel balls that, again, that they're finding lots of space, and there's far too much space between our midfield line and I don't know who our forward line are marking because they don't seem to be narrowing the target. So they're staying out wide, which is allowing Wolves all the time in the world to try and feed these little channel balls through into the half spaces for the likes of Hee Chan and Arakadare to play. And they're even though this is the first time they've actually played together, they're doing okay for Wolves.
And here we go again. Wolves manages to get the ball back. I mean, we cannot get out of our... There we go. Good job there. A poor header, but Pope ready to get that one. I mean, it's just here we go. Try to play from the back. Trippier looking for an option. Has to pass it back to Fabian Schär, who's going to look for Livramento on the left side for the Magpies. Barnes. Harvey Barnes there giving the ball away. And then once we give the ball, the problem is once we get the ball away, it seems like we can never get it back.
No, that's what I said. They've just got too many bodies in midfield at the minute because we're too wide. And like I say, you've just seen now Murphy just starting to come in a little bit from that line to try and support the three bodies in midfield. That they are at the minute being outrun.
Number 3 there for Wolves, trying to dribble around, getting through. He gets through Livramento.
Yeah, well done.
Livramento, lets him go there, man. Harvey Barnes. Now Bruno Guimaraes alone there against 3. That's going to be a foul. Luckily for Newcastle there. I agree, Mark. It's too sloppy, careless, and certainly don't have the same intensity that Wolves have. I mean, that's no doubt about it. No. To get the ball back at least.
No, it seems very sloppy at the minute from Newcastle, I must admit. Dan Burn just gets the opportunity to run, and he tries a lovely
good
little
pass
ball
there
over the top.
Harvey
Here.
Barnes. That's going to be a clash
referee.
there. And the referee is going to say, play on, play on. Harvey Barnes looking for something. I'm not sure. Might be shoulder to shoulder, but let's take a quick look again. Well, this was another play here, but and the boos from St. James's Park, of course, looking well, a little biased, obviously, but there's a foul there in midfield, and Joe Linton and Ali all telling them to go look at that play again.
It was his elbow that it looked like it was in the face. You have a look at this. Ball over the top, and Mosquera comes back, and he just literally puts his arm across the face.
There we go. This is a good one right here. This is a good one. Ooh, right. Elbow right into the back of the ear.
Yeah.
I mean, now I don't know where their feet were at. Yeah.
And I think that was the issue with Harvey Barnes.
Look at the red spot there. There's a red spot.
Yeah.
Checking possible red card. Denial of goal opportunity. VAR. Is he going to go? Well, he doesn't look like he's going to take a look at it. Well, no. Play on, says VAR and the referee. Byrne talking to the Woltemade in German.
Yeah, looking at each other's eyes, which is the first time Dan Byrne's been able to do that.
Exactly. Kieran Trippier. All the way. Be careful there, but
glancing
no problem for Johnstone.
Yeah.
It looks like it's going to be.
Guys, we need to hit them likes.
Hit the like button, folks. How we only got 64 likes, man. Come on now. Don't be lazy. If you're watching on TV, you can do that on your remote. Wiggle around. Hit that like button. Come on now. It doesn't cost anything, and you help us out. Please do that. Bruno Guimaraes getting the ball back in now. Woltemade being fouled there. I'll tell you what, I do like how he covers the ball. He doesn't lose it.
No, that's what I said. He's got really good close control, Woltemade, for his side.
But see, and people think that is a 10, that is a number 10 quality right there, Joe Linton, with the evil intentions for Woltemade, but it didn't get through it. Oh, man, Char. I tell you what, if the Wolves player, I think it was He-Chan, decided to go on a run, Char was not going to be able to catch him.
No.
So he did him a favor that one.
Yeah, but the space that he's got here, Breno on the right-hand side, the same as Gomez on the other side, when they fall in between both fullback and winger, Newcastle's fullback and winger, Wolves, there's an out every ball, every opportunity. So Eddie's got to see, like I say, he's either got to say, keep gambling and try and push your fullbacks on to try and draw their wingers, if you like, back and make them change the formation. Oh, that's a terrible ball from
Trippier. Terrible ball there once again. Kieran Trippier not playing up the part. And Eddie Howe has to be looking at this.
The problem is the longer the Wolves play like this, the more confident they get. That's the thing. And like I say, they're just going to start having, because of the percentages, they're going to open up opportunities just to get a shot at goal. I mean, at the minute, four attempts each, and they've had the extra 2 shots on target compared to us 3-on-1.
Must win this is Jack. And I do agree, it is a must win. Trippier passing it back to Nick Pope, and you got to be careful with Nick Pope's feet. But here we go. Valentino Livramento looking for Byrne, and now Char, and now back all the way around to Kieran Trippier. Newcastle United taking their time right now. Certainly need to take our time and breathe. Woltemade coming down to do work.
Okay.
Murphy.
The difference of Woltemade.
Murphy to Woltemade.
What
look
a
at
good,
that. Woltemade. But he's exactly able to not lose the ball and still manages a pass. That's a very good thing. Woltemade with the shot, and be careful. There's a man down. Tino Livramento with the shot, but the game is going to stop, and that was a shot right into the septum of to the eardrum busted of Mosquera. I mean, I tell you, that was a shot, man, and you can hear it.
Yeah, he caught it beautifully. Actually, it was going wide. It wasn't on target.
No.
But I mean, at least he got his laces through it, which is good. He didn't half catch it. Just a break in play.
Woltemade there having a conversation with Sandro Tonali, maybe for a possible play, maybe asking for something. As we look at the Geordies in the crowd for Newcastle United. We won't see Mighty win. The camera won't focus on Sleeping Man. They don't want that bad advertising.
I thought that was in there.
Man. Yeah, exactly.
He's got one more tooth.
That's a good one. As we look at the CEO of Newcastle United, a new one, must be his daughter there next to him, hopefully, or not. I mean, you never know. You're a CEO. You got options.
Yeah, absolutely.
It must be his daughter though.
She's certainly a looker. She's stunning.
Oh yeah.
That's another thing. I mean, his daughter's staying in Canada because she's in the final year of a master's, and so she's staying there. But all the other
she'll get a job.
She's here. Apparently, that's what she said. She says after that, I want to come with my family to Newcastle because I've heard so many good things about Newcastle. The trouble is, these girls are at the right age to enjoy Newcastle, I must admit.
Oh, yeah. There we go. So that was a tough shot there for Mr. Mosquera. Taking a moment there to see if he's seeing double or not. You know what I'm trying to say, Ian. Bournemouth 1-0 up. Interesting. Still 0-0, 27 minutes now, almost underway here at St. James's Park. The manager of Wolves writing stuff down, adding and subtracting. What can I do?
He doesn't need to do much, mate, to be fair. I'm going to say that he doesn't need to do much at this present moment in time. It's Eddie that needs to shake things up a little.
Yeah. Tonali there looking for the ball. He's going to play the ball with Fabian Schär on the right side. Trippier. Now Jacob Murphy. Jacob Murphy tries to create a corner, but it's going to be a corner kick nonetheless for the Magpies.
They're not giving Newcastle 5 minutes on the ball at all. They're just literally every player has a job to do to a black and white shirt. And like I say, the old gold there seems to be more old gold shirts than black and white shirts at the minute because they are really setting out that task. And they're doing really well at the minute, Wolves, to spoiling everything that Newcastle are bringing forward.
Here we go. Everybody's got a man ready for some salsa lessons. Trippier with the corner. Burn there. Not able to connect. Livramento back with the ball. Now Harvey Barnes on the left side with the, I don't know what that was, giving the ball away.
That was crap. He tried to swing one in with his left boot, but I mean, it just wasn't a good cross at all, was it? Was to nobody.
Here we go, Trippier. Is that Schär over there? Yeah, it is.
Yeah. He's just coming back from the set piece.
Bruno trying to get the ball to Woltemade. Bruno's going to get the ball back. A little bit too strong, a little bit too hard. And now Woltemade back with the ball. 27 now to 23. Jacob Murphy. Murphy, lovely pass there to Trippier. And nobody home to catch that one. Livramento, Tonali against 3. Back to Livramento. Well, good to think fast for Tonali. Incredible thinking. Yeah, Livramento now on the left.
Time, isn't it?
Yeah,
always out of his feet first time.
Tonali.
Whoa, that was nearly a ball and a half. Yeah. Again, this is how Newcastle need to play. As you can see now, their wingers have been pushed right back, and they've virtually gone 5 at the back now.
Be careful!
What a goal at the back stick!
We are,
ladies and gentlemen,
Woltemade! Get in!
Woltemade, ladies and gentlemen, get in. 6'6", dynamite, and he knows. Look at there we go, the W for Woltemade.
That's
unbelievable.
I mean, it was a great
perfect
jump
start,
as well.
and his teammates, you can tell, wanted him to score. Look, in effortless for Woltemade. He's too big. I mean, look at that. Just got to hold back. And I'll tell you what, man, that was a strong hit. That was not a casualty. That was a strong hit. I mean, he has to score that one.
And it was a great cross. And that's what I said.
Great cross.
You know, this is exactly what we've been missing, that quality delivery into the box. That was superb. Great cross from Murphy there. And like I say, teed up for Woltemade. He just peels off the back end of Agbadou. And like I said, it literally is half a yard. And Agbadou jumps literally just to try and guard the goal. But Woltemade is literally getting everything on that, all meat, no bone. And it was literally past Johnson in goal before he knew it. And just before that, what I wanted to say is it was the first time in the first half, really, where Newcastle were being that little bit more dominant and forcing the issue, and it was pushing their winger further and further back. So Bueno and Gomez, that are playing that width, were having to go back further and further and further. And by doing that, and by doubling up with Tino and Barnes on the one side, and then Trippier and Murphy on the other, because it allowed Trippier to go forward, it literally gave them that extra body, and it gave Murphy that extra bit of time, a bit of yardage, just to get time on that ball, a bit of composure. What a great cross.
Great cross, great goal for Woltemade. It is raining right now at St. James's Park with a little bit of sun out, but it is raining. And what a wonderful execution by Newcastle United. I don't know where must say. Somewhere. I don't know where. Still got to better the football, but we got it right. See, that's the thing. We started to get it right in the last 5 minutes, and that's what happens. You score a goal. And one thing you cannot teach is height. They just come that way. And, you know, I mean, he was, I think he was just kind of falling backwards and just able to hold on. And you still got to score that, though. That was not an open goal. You still got to score that. Well done by Woltemade, to say the least.
That's what I said. Positioning, you cannot teach or coach positioning. And I must admit the first couple of involvements that Woltemade has had within the penalty box, he gives you something different. Like I say, he knows when to run. He knows when to hold up his run. He gives you that option, either short or, and like you've just seen, instead of going touch tight with the defender, what he's done is allowed the defender just to run off him, and he's just ghosted literally a yard just round the back of him, which just gives him enough space then for the ball to go over the defender's head and him get that timed header to perfection.
Wolfie, ole ole, goes around St. James's Park, ladies and gents. Certainly started on the right foot with the fans. And I see a lot of you in the chat as well enjoying that one. Great home debut goal, exactly. And if you like what you saw, what he did with his head, you will like what you see, what he can do with his feet when he gets a chance. And this could open the floodgates for Newcastle United. 33 minutes now in this game. 1-0 to the Magpies. Goal by Woltemade. We can relax a little bit, I guess you can say, but still need to finish it up, though.
Absolutely. Job ain't done. Job ain't nowhere near done. And like I said, you know, and this is where, you look at our previous games, just a bit too much.
Be careful here. Johnston with the header. The ball's going to get through. Play on, says the referee. And it's going to get out. A throw in for Newcastle United. Maybe they're going to take their time. You can still throw it in all the way into the box, though, maybe. If that's a rainbow in Newcastle upon time. There we go.
Yeah, and at the end of it, it's not all old gold at the minute. It's black and white.
That's right. Murphy trying to play the ball there. Now, Livramento. Be careful, Livramento.
Yeah, that's where Livramento sometimes he gets a little bit not sure of what he wants to do. Pass it back or keep hold of the ball, and he does neither. And we've seen that far too often with Tino, bless him. Something that'll come with maturity. But like I say, he's got to have that mindset and get it out of his mind and do it. Good football again from Newcastle here.
There we go. Trippier now on the left side, trying to pass the ball in. That's going to be a throw-in, though. Oh, no, that was Barnes. Sorry, not Trippier. I kind of lost there for a second. But number 11, Harvey Barnes, a father now for the second time. Congrats to him and his missus. And Livermento with the towel to dry the ball. And there you go. He doesn't
Maybe
want to
that's
slip
why his
out.
game's been so poor, mate. Maybe his mindset's been on the arrival of his new child. So, we're giving him rockets for not performing very well, but maybe there's a rationale behind it.
It's going to be a long throw in for Livermento there. Newcastle, Joe Linton gets a connection there. The ball is hopping around. Back to Newcastle. Trippier with the long diagonal ball. Another throw in now on the opposite end. Jacob Murphy.
How different the game looks in these last 10 minutes, eh?
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, now you're able to breathe, but still gotta finish it off. Don't leave it for later. Woltemade, well done there. First touch pass to Tonali. And Woltemade getting out of the box.
That's what I said. He's just pulling. Yeah, pulling those centre halves out towards him, so it allows gaps in and behind. And like I say, it's very cleverly done. Great ball again.
Harvey Barnes.
Give it to Tino. Give it to
Barnes
Tino.
trying to nutmeg a player there. Not trying to able to get a throw in. Maybe it's going to Tino Livramento is going to do it again.
Yeah, it's going to be a launcher. It seems to be the new thing for Newcastle.
The referee telling Barnes, move out of the way. Livramento got a paw on his arm, man. What? Come on, man. Anyways. Trippier to Harvey Barnes with the shot. That looked strong, but
deflected.
It was deflected, and the ball's going back to Newcastle side. Tonali to secure that ball. Sandro looking for options. Sandro under pressure, but he's able to capitalize, and he's able to get a foul out of that one. Well done by Sandro. He knew that was a dangerous play. He knew he had to do something there.
I mean, that's what I said. I mean, these guys, and you look at Gomez and Andre, they're both, grafters. They'll both get involved. They'll not allow our technical players time on the ball. Again, you've got Brazilian versus Brazilians in there. They both want one over each other. So it's like I say, you do get that extra 5% out of players when they've got a bit of competition.
Johnson hoofing it with no reservations, and Byrne and not able to make good contact there. That's going to be a throw in for Wolves now on Newcastle's end.
Look at the difference, 59-41, and in the last 10 minutes, 83 to Newcastle, 17 to Wolves. That's the difference in the last 10 minutes.
It certainly is, ladies and gents.
It took us a while to get going. Yeah, but we've certainly turned a little corner. Need to continue the... Go on, mate. Sorry.
All of this is just going to give us confidence. That's what we want here. The Trippier, that's...
Come on, Murphy. You've got to support him there, though, buddy. You can't.
You got to support him. I do agree, but you can't just assume that's going to happen, though.
Yeah. I think Murphy at the minute is playing, like I say, he's played in the half space, very advanced. If you have a look there, he was neither going backwards or forwards. He was running to the side. And when you've got Trippier that far deep, being enclosed by two away shirts.
Oh, what a nice ball there now. On the left side, diagonal ball. Harvey Barnes going to get to it. He does not. He gets out of the ball. Gets going.
If you can get a first touch there, Harvey, you're through, mate. It's a shame because, like I say, he's just at this present moment in time. Again, why Harvey Barnes is not. It's just not coming together for him, and I don't know what the reason is for that. Because, like I say, he has got it in his locker. Tussling down this line here.
Another throw in now for Wolves. Newcastle United 1, Wolves 0. 39 minutes approaching the first half to be concluded here. Johnston with the hoof. The referee's going to call a foul on Arokodare by Byrne. Mr. Bueno. Barcelona coming up next in the middle of the next week. I think it's Thursday. What isn't it? To the Champions League matchup Thursday. So, of course, we're going to be live here on NUFC Talk, bringing you that game, of course, an hour before kickoff, as we see Fabian Scher gets tries to get that out of the way, and Wolves are still able. Be careful. Wolves knocking on the door there without even meaning to. Gomez with the header, still a little bit too fragile in defense.
When they overload, that's what I said. Look at the overloading in the box on that back stick, and then you get a bit of movement from Gomez. And for some unknown reason, we don't have trackers. We don't have players going with them, and it's allowing them free header from the 12-yard spot. And unfortunately, he doesn't get enough on it, and it goes shapes past the far post. So again. Newcastle are always going to give you games like this where you're on the edge of your bloody pants, you know, on your seats, because they are flying by their trousers at the minute, and they could concede quite easily the way they're playing at the moment at the back.
Here we go. The Magpies, they're trying to do something, but is that going to be a corner? It is going to be a corner. Lucky that one. Totti could not keep it in.
Totti Gomez. Three corners apiece.
Yeah, he gets out.
I'm not sure whether that was all out, you know, if I'm honest, from that angle that we've just seen. But anyway, I'll take it.
Corner there. Kieran Trippier. Woltemade and Byrne. Looking for a header. Byrne. And here we go. No foul there whatsoever. Byrne tries to recuperate the ball. Well done by Woltemade. John Wick. Well done there as well. Bruno Guimaraes with the pass to Trippier. Murphy.
Come on.
Murphy. Murphy from deep.
Yes! Oh!
Almost. Close yet so far.
Did everything really well there. Just again, that crossfield ball to Trippier. The ball, unfortunately, the ball.
Oh, man, that was really close.
Yeah, just shaping away from the post. And because of that, it draws two gold shirts towards him, and it frees up Murphy, who just stays in the space, doesn't get attracted to the ball. And it's a lovely instep volley pass back to Murphy, who's got time then to get the ball out of his feet. Have a really good shot at goal, but unfortunately just shapes it wide, far of that post there. So beating Johnson, whole hands up there. Yeah. Again, it's like I say, I can understand. Again, I don't know what's being asked of Murphy, but he does need to start tracking and supporting, and it's both Harvey Barnes as well with Tino. It's not just one side. Both of them have been left vulnerable one-on-one situations at times. Well done, Tino.
And here we go. A throw in there for the Magpies. Almost halftime, ladies and gentlemen. Smash the like button if you are watching on YouTube. Please help us out. It's easy to forget. If you're watching on TV, please do that. Harvey Barnes get through. And this may be 2-0 for Newcastle United. Harvey Barnes with the pass to Murphy. Murphy, what are you doing, Murphy?
Yeah! Oh, he's offside.
Oh, no way.
He's offside.
Oh,
yeah, I mean, the linesman allowed it to go on. It looked like Harvey Barnes was offside from Woltemade's pass. There, look. Yeah, he was.
Barnes was offside.
Yeah. And I thought, it was tight, but it didn't time just stand still when Murphy was doing that. Yeah, just unfortunately, Barnes. Again, great pass from Woltemade over the top, though. Just
I'm telling you, he's busy. Exactly, he's busy. Woltemade will give you a lot of options. a lot of options for play, but yeah, got it. That didn't count. Oh, and there we go. Rokodare there with a minor touch to Shard, but enough to create a foul. And that Rokodare letting them know, I barely touch you, you little wanga.
I got your number.
Be careful, Harvey Barnes again. Looking for it, but Johnstone.
Go on.
Vincent says, was just thinking about how Tino got done earlier by Mbeumo, and then he pulls off a great big play. Well, that's kind of what Tino is, you know, up and down type of game. Girilanga on, says Time and Tide. That's not the first one to have said that, although Murphy not really had a bad game, so what do you do? But again, though, a player doesn't have to have a bad game for you to make a change. I mean, it's just looking for a different option. I don't know.
I think, like I said, at this present moment in time, it's a gamble, and that's what I said. You either force the opposition to change the system, and at the minute, we haven't done enough to force them to change, and that's why it looks very much as though we're playing one-on-one when it comes to fullbacks, when their two wide men go out there. But I mean, what we've got to try and do is once we're behind, make it count. You know, because it's only then that they'll start dropping further and further back because they're getting overrun at the back. There's at the minute it's 3-on-3 at times if you play the right ball when they try to push on. So it's about being quick and being positive with that ball forward.
Here we go. Harvey Barnes again on the left. Very busy Barnes at the moment. Livramento to Woltemade, who is not able to execute the play he wanted to do.
Now, he tried to feed in J7 then. That was behind him. He was going to try and go a give and go with a little back heel, cheeky back heel. He didn't quite get it under control.
There we go. Woltemade is going to be looking to make the goalkeeper catch it and hoof it. Puts it right back down. Going to have to do it anyway. Aroko Dare, a handball. No, the referee says play on, play on. Allowing to continue the play there, but either way, it didn't matter. Livramento now with the throw-in. In Newcastle United. Maybe waiting for the first half to be finished. Taking their time. 47 minutes, 30 seconds in this game. Trippier. Back to Fabian Schär, who speaks German, by the way. Joe Linton. Tino. And that's going to be a throw in there, quickly done by Wolves. And was that? Yeah, it did go out. Wolves beat West Ham United. He started good this game, but obviously that goal is demoralizing. Bruno gets the ball back, and that's got to be a foul.
Yeah,
referee blowing the whistle there.
Not going to give you that time in the ball. I mean, like I say, he takes the ball off Tino.
Could be a yellow. There we go. J7. J7 to Murphy.
Oh, the wrong
Bruno.
ball, Murph.
Back to J7 there. Well done, J7. Good effort. Trippier to Woltemade. Woltemade with an option. Not able to put the ball in front of him. Oh, wait a minute. And, oh, wait. We just saw this.
Yeah, it's gone backwards, hasn't it, for some unknown reason? Yeah. Again, why didn't Murphy then play in Trippier, who was on the outside of him? He tried to play the ball back centrally, and it didn't quite work. And then it all become a little bit congested in the middle. If he'd have played the ball on the outside first time, Trippier had all the time in the world to get that ball out of his feet. Trippier goes down the line to Murphy again.
Well done there. Aroko Dare and Schär having a battle.
Yeah.
What the heck is going on there?
Nice give and go with Murphy. Go on, Murphy Central. Tonali, get out your feet. Tonali has a go. Oh, off the post. Oh, that is a tremendous shot from Tonali from the outside of the box, about 22 yards out.
Oh, my goodness, with his left foot.
Yeah. Random Access has just sent us a thing, buddy.
Random Access, thank you for the super chat there. We'll show him when he gets through. Harvey Barnes tries to do something there. Random Access, I was just thinking, does anybody remember that he's that guy? Not at all, really. Interesting.
He's long gone.
Man, what a shot there.
Johnson completely static.
No chance for Johnston to do anything at all.
Is your screen okay on your end? Because mine is awful this end.
It seems to be fine.
Picture-wise. Okay.
A corner there for the Toon. Is the referee going to blow the whistle? He would be a dickhead to do that.
It's up to the referee now, I think.
Well, it is actually, yeah, for certain.
Yeah,
come on, now do it, man. Just get it in, man. Oh, there's a blow. Yeah, the referee is gonna. Yeah. There's a little bit of a tussling around. Totti, Mosquera, all the giants there having a word with each other. Oh, look at that. There we go. Oh, Byrne and Mosquera. Tonali with a ooh. What the heck was that? And it Byrne goes down. But either way, that is the first half, ladies and gents.
Oof.
I'm not sure what. There we go. Okay, let us know if everything is good on the chat there. If you can see us good. Either way, thank you, Random Access, for the £5, man. Appreciate you very much indeed. 2 goals for Woltemade, said it before the show, says Joe Velasco. Thank you very much, mate. And it might be. There's a very possibility that it might happen. So first half didn't start as good as we had thought it would be, but Newcastle settled in after the Woltemade goal. That was a really good goal for the Magpies. So what do you make of the first half, buddy? It's good stuff, to say the least.
Yeah.
Thank you,
It's like I say, it's an interesting one. It took us 10 minutes to find a rhythm. Like I say, with this system, and I'll just put it up on the screen just so you guys can get an idea of the way Wolves are setting up here. Not an easy thing to do when it comes to it, I must admit. But we are often, I suppose, when you look at this, if I'll try and bring it a little bit lower, I can't on here. But you've got the Bueno and Gomez, which is over here. And what Gomez is doing is drifting in between both Trippier and Murphy. And he's pushing very much on the high line. And what you're doing is you're getting Murphy, who has obviously been tasked to stay alongside Woltemade as much as he possibly can to give him that support. Because, again, we haven't got pace down the wings. So what Murphy's trying to do is 2 jobs, if you like. So we are gambling very much on the fact that when we've got the ball, Murphy is forward thinking. And when we haven't got the ball, he's in touching distance of our Gomez. The problem is because when we've lost the ball in this area, mainly from Bruno's mistakes a couple of times, that's led to a simple ball through into this channel. It's split both Trippier and Murphy. And Murphy, we know, hasn't got a recovery speed, if you like, to get goal side, and we've become virtually 3-on-4. And it's been the same with H. Bueno on the other side. What you get from H. Bueno on the other side is very much a similar type of way of playing. So if you look at the way both of teams set up, if I was to just give a basic look, this is virtually how they set up from the start. So they play very much a 3 at the back. Then they've got the 3 in midfield with Krejci, Andre and Gomez. That is your main 3. They're the ones that are really going to be pushing on. Agbadou is the one that looks after Harvey Barnes. And you've got T. Gomez that's looking after that. I can never say his name. A Rocadar or a Rockaderi, as you call it, and He Chan playing into what we call the angles of the box. So they're splitting the two defenders. So you've got Fabian Shaw following him and Dan Burn following him. And that's allowing a little bit of space. And as you've seen, what you've had from Gomez, he's been the man who sniffs the penalty area. He's the one who runs from a deeper position and sniffs the midsection from a wide. So when the ball's over with H. Bueno, Arakadori or Arakadair, whatever you want to say it, sits at the back post, so you can't really see that. Sits in that back stick. And then you've got H. Lee, who will go to the front stick and again pulling Dan Burn away. And Gomez then will ghost in towards that penalty area from afar. And that's why, at times, it's looked very much as though Wolves have had opportunities in and around the box without being picked up. It's a very good system that you very rarely see. Pereira's gone out there with a gamble, and at this present moment in time, it seems to be paying off considerably. Great to see that Newcastle went on to get the goal. We could have added a couple, to be fair, but so could have Wolves. Wolves have had a couple of really good opportunities, especially in the first 15 seconds. And obviously they had the header that went wide from Gomez. So it's been a really exciting first half, I must admit, entertaining.
Yeah, I agree. Just sorting things out. If everybody can listen to us on YouTube, let us know. What the heck is going on there? Anyway, really good first half, I would say. I think Woltemade started on the right foot, and I think that's only going to be good for his, for his start in Newcastle. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better start, and if he scores more goals tonight, he's going to have a wonderful pressure on the shoulders to keep doing it, to say the least. But he showed not only scoring, though. I mean, you can tell what he can do. He's showing what he can do on the pitch. I mean, with passes, with being able to hold the ball, being able to do things. I think that he is showing his quality, and I think that at this point we can definitely say that we got a good one for the Magpies. And again, it's just the first game, but regardless, I think that he has been able to complement himself with the team very well. I mean, he's able to pass, he's able to hold on to the ball, he's able to create play. That ball to Harvey Barnes on the left was really good. Obviously, Barnes couldn't do better for some reason. No. And
like I say, Harvey Barnes, his first touch, even though he was offside, took him further wide than he needed to be when he was running direct at goal. So again, not really falling very well for Harvey Barnes in this game, which seems to be the way it's gone for him this season. But again, it's all about being. You've got to be competitive. And for me, Woltemade has been the one that has shone a little bit, if you like, because he's been thrown in. First game at St James's Park, a lot of pressure on the lad, but he's shown great composure. He's shown great first touch. His awareness of where he is within the goals, is in the penalty area. Very good. He knows when to drop off to overload the 10 slot, where you've got both Gilmares, J7 and Woltemade at times, which is allowing that give and go, if you like. And what you get then, as you've seen, is both Agbadou, Mosquera and Gomez, Tito, not knowing whether to go with them or whether to stay on the 18-yard line, and very much flat-footed, and that's only going to benefit us. You've seen the shot from Tonali when they do that, and they're not closing the space down. It's encouraging signs for us to get shots off from the 22-yard mark, and if we can continue to do that, we've just got to be, like I say, we've got to make a decision on the wingers. We either say to Harvey Barnes and Murphy, you need to give a little bit of support to your fullbacks, and either if one comes back, the other one moves across, very much like a 4-4-2 system, and say Harvey Barnes, if they want some support, goes alongside or a little bit deeper with Woltemade, rather than drawing the 4-5-1 block, which is sometimes very negative. But what we can't afford to do is give chances away. So, like I said, we've got the winning position. It's about controlling the pace of the game now, and hopefully, going forward, we can see another couple of goals coming our way. That it looks very much as though when the opportunities arise, it's going to be Newcastle's to give away now rather than Wolves to go forward and win this. I think Newcastle have the control. You've seen during the end of that first half, the percentage of possession swiftly changed in favour of Newcastle, and the outlet was there for everybody to see when they were doubling up. So for me, it's a case of having a little bit of a word with the lads to talk about doubling up on them wide positions. But apart from that, continue the way you're going. I just think we need to get the ball moved forward from that midfield three. I think we sometimes, especially Bruno in this first half, he's been the one guilty, if you like, of dawdling on the ball a little bit longer than he needs to. And again, J7, Tino at times, again, making the wrong decision. I think sometimes when you're in two minds and that hesitation causes panic. So I think you've just got to look at something, you see something and get it done rather than, making it a confused issue.
Let's go with some comments here from people. Vincent, Sandro carrying on from his international form. That's very much the truth. Sandro, that would have been an amazing goal. It's crazy, says you grew into the game too nuts. Let me see here. If Marky says first 15 was shite, but really fun to watch. Jacob Scott, brilliant stuff, says Woltemade looking good. Rugby analysis. Welcome back, Rugby. Been a while. Got to see Murphy on for the second half, says too nut. There you go. A lot of people calling for Ilanga, but I don't think that's gonna happen. Number one, and number two, Murphy playing good. So I wouldn't see a change at all. Mick Bingley says, Chris, need to show the guys the picture I sent you of our fashion icon striker. Yes, I saw your email. I shared it with the people in the forum. Really, really good stuff. His mate, Mick's mate, so Woltemade, took a picture of him. I'm not a fan of his fashion choices, Woltemade, but it is what it is. He's a young lad, so he's on a different stage in his life. So he's looking different. But I tell you what, he's certainly looking good on the pitch. That's what matters the most. So need to not allow them to play in between the line balls behind our midfield, which happened earlier, says Rugby. There you go. True, very much true. No need for changes. Shar is doing excellently, says Rugby. Well, he's getting into a battle with Aroko Dare in the in attack. He's kind of been canceled, but he's doing a job there on him, allowing Byrne to be kind of free. Really doesn't really have a man to hold on to, so we'll see. We'll see what happens later on. I don't think Eddie's going to make any changes playing like this, and maybe in the 70th minute, sometime you might see a change there. More than likely, quite honestly. But I don't think that people expecting Chiao. I don't see you're going to see that unless there's an injury or something. I do not see that at all. Let me see here. Toon Fabian Schär saved us from getting going behind. What a great tackle. Yeah, there you go. There we go here. Says, let me see. Yeah, we were having some technical difficulties that people couldn't see us. We were furry on YouTube, but then now fuzzy, and then now we're back. Furry, fuzzy. Now we're back. Paul Norris says, it's all been busy. How's the game? I love Wolf scored. Get in. Really good goal though. As a team, quite honestly, that one, and maybe we can repeat it. But we did well. We got to continue to do it. Again, the thing is that the worst mistake is going to be if we think it's over. It's not. Wolves have honestly, we could have been that Woltemade goal could have been an equalizer, because Wolves had an opportunity to get on board a couple of times, I think. So can't underestimate them at all. So there you go. Let me see here. I hope so. I will see. There we go. Talking about Scousers and all that. Are we? Where are we at? Look at. commercials here, man. This damn feed. So we shall see. I hate these commercials, man. Crap, nonsense, as you guys would say it. Also should have been a red card. The Harvey Barnes play that could have been something there.
Yeah.
I mean, it could have been something. I'm not sure.
You've got the option for the referee to make a decision. I think that's the difference, isn't it? You know, when you're just sat there and you're allowing the referee to choose, and like I say, he said carry on, and then VAR had another look at it because, like I said, it's you could tell from people actions around them that this wasn't just going to be a gimme. You know, there were parts of that that could have quite easily, because of where his arm positioning was across the jaw, if you like, the mandible part under ear to the tip of his jaw when he blocked him. There was no reason for his arm to be that high up, in with his hard hat.
And here we go. The Highway the lads, his hard hat on, exactly. The fans there. The team is coming out, warming up again for the start of the second half. Newcastle United 1 and Wolves 0. Woltemade asking for something there from Tino Livramento. Not shy. I like that. Asking his teammates, come on, man. Give me the damn
whether
ball.
we go into the corner again.
Oh, yeah, we are. Look at that, man. That's one of the most pointless plays ever, but it is what it is. I guess it serves a
press
purpose.
On. Yeah, puts that press on.
Yeah. So there we go.
It'll be interesting to see what team plays against that, you know, if they drop all their players back to try and counteract that. But again, look at that. I mean, that's so precision, you know, to kick that ball so far into that corner from Tonali. Unbelievable. The referee's telling him to get right into the corner flag.
A surgeon's precision from Tonali. Second half is going, ladies and gents. So we'll sort out the clock in just 1 minute.
Agbadou goes long, and again, it's a bit of a ricochet ball. And who is they going to give that to? It looks like it's going to Newcastle from Tolu. Tolu's obviously a lot easier to say than Arakadari. It's with Fabian Schär now, just on the halfway line with Trippier. Up the line to Murphy. There's no changes from either team at the start of the second half. Back with Fabian Schär just inside the Newcastle half. Fed left to Tino. Driven up to Woltemade, who tries a little cheeky flick on the outside of his foot there towards Harvey Barnes. Didn't quite come off that time. Don't be overconfident, Wolfie. Just keep it steady, bud. So throw into Wolves now, deep in their own half. And again, it's just toe poked forward. And that's given straight back to Pope, who plays it simple to sharp. I won't hurt you. Back with Tino now. Down that left-hand side. Again, pushing the Wolves players further and further back. J7 now plays the ball square to Trippier, who's got a bit of space. He's got Murphy on the outside. Murphy comes inside now and allows Trippier to go outside. Tonali now back out to Trippier. Trippier tries the first time ball to get Bruno in on the inside right position. But Gomez there blocks that for Wolves, and it's a throw in to Newcastle. And it looks like he's just waiting for Big Dan Burn to come and launch or get something to aim at in that 18-yard box. Not sure whether Trippier could throw it that far, to be fair. But again, just that movement just forces all of the Wolves players back into the 18-yard box. Poor throw-in from Trippier. It's half cleared by Wolves. It's fallen on the centre circle to Tino, who feeds it all the way back to Pope. Pope now picks the ball up, gives it into Schär. Schär goes long, a diagonal ball looking for Murphy. Murphy gets it off his chest. And again, Murphy lets the ball run. He's got a chance to run into the box. Murphy goes square, and it's cleared again just onto the edge of the corner of the box with Trippier. Trippier goes square to Bruno. Bruno just does a little pirouette over the ball. The ball comes out, and it's cleared eventually by Wolves. Again, it's back in Newcastle's territory. Tino now just inside the Wolves half. Tino just delays the pass, gives it outside to Harvey Barnes. Harvey Barnes comes back on himself. And again, looking for an easy pass, gives it back to Dan Burn. Dan Burn, square, Fabian Shaw now, again, just taking the pace out of the game. Trippier on the halfway line at this right back position, plays Tonali, and again, just Wolves are just stepping off now, and it looks like Newcastle seem to be the one forcing the pace of the game. Oh, Trippier tries to drive a ball in towards J7 and Bruno, and again, very poor. And again, Wolves, again, no composure, just kick the ball long to nobody in particular, looking for who won to get onto that, but it was nowhere near it, to be fair. Shaw now brings the ball back again, got acres of grass to run into, plays the ball early to Tino. Tino again, able to turn, gives the ball into Harvey Barnes on that left-hand side. Now we're in line with the penalty box. Harvey Barnes onto his right foot, dinks the ball into Tino. Tino again tries to cross the ball to the back stick, but it's blocked and cleared for a corner to Newcastle. Good start to the second half.
Yes, a good start. I think we're dominating. We are knocking on the door, and that's what we got to keep doing.
Yeah, Trips. I mean, he's played some crazy balls, Trips, this game, I must admit. It's balls that he didn't need to play. Yeah, exactly. And again, Wolves, under a bit of pressure, have given that ball straight back to us, which is crazy, really. So it's an in-swinger from Murphy with the set piece now. Murphy drills the ball in. Oh, Johnson comes out. It's come out to Tonali. And the keeper and the forward getting each other's way. It's fallen to Harvey Barnes, who's on this right-hand side. Harvey Barnes back to Bruno. Bruno now feeds Harvey Barnes, gets it out of his feet, but he's challenged by Gomez this time. Really quickly, Harvey Barnes. Gomez not really giving the Newcastle players any time on the ball, and it goes out of play to a throw-in to Newcastle. Welcome on board to the Assembler.
Yep.
It's a crazy world. Dudes can apparently be women.
Welcome to the membership club, mate. Appreciate it.
Just waiting for our big Eddie Howe on the touchline now, just giving some encouragement after a bit of confusing tactics from Murphy. Again, it's thrown in, but to nobody in particular from Wolves. Bit of head tennis now. Trippier heads it forward towards Woltemade. He heads back to Trippier. Bruno now picks it up. Gives it all the way back to the centre circle for Dan Burn now to maraud forward. Gives it to Tino on that left-hand side. Tino now halfway inside the Wolves off. The Wolves just backing off him. He gives it to Tonali. Tonali looks up and he just plays it simple and gives it to Shaw. Shaw out to Trippier. Trippier got plenty of time to put the ball into the box. Again, really poor cross. It's cleared easily by Wolves. And it's again throw into Newcastle. Pressure starting to mount now on Wolves. Murphy now with a throw in line with the 18-yard box on this right-hand side. Leaves it for Trippier. Trippier now looking for options. Throws it all the way back to Fabian Shaw. Shaw now gives it square to Burn. Burn picks it up on the centre circle. Gives it out to Tino. And all very composed. Throws it up to J7, who gives it to Harvey Barnes. Again, back to Burn, back to J7, who again tries to dink a ball out towards Harvey Barnes, not really going anywhere down that left-hand side. So Tonali now on the half turn, goes down that left-hand side himself, plays a lovely little ball inside to Harvey Barnes. Harvey Barnes looking to feed it in. It's a give and go, and it's going to go to Woltemade, but again, it's just held up, and it's half cleared from Wolves, and it's out again for another corner. Oh, dearie me. It was like time stood still then for a minute. It's crazy. Harvey Barnes does a really good run, and it's fed into Murphy, who feeds it back to Harvey Barnes and just didn't seem to want to go anywhere. Everybody just seemed to stand off it. But eventually it comes out to Harvey Barnes, who gets tackled by Gomez, and the ball goes out of play. And another in-swinger from Murphy here. Lots of jostling in that near post. It's headed up, and I think that has just literally hit Tolu, Arakador, or Rakadere, whichever way you want to say it. And it's gone out for another corner. Dan Burn just stood in his way because he couldn't see the ball coming. It goes over the top of Dan Burn and just ricochets off him. And now there's a little bit of jostling and joking going on. He's a tall guy, that Belgian for Wolves. You see him up against J7 and everything. Again, looks like it's been fed to that near post. It is. It's headed clear this time by Wolves. Again, it should come out to Tino. But again, well done. Gomez does really well for Wolves. But again, I thought Shaw was going to be able to bring that forward, but he doesn't. It's cleared by Wolves. And again, it's a Newcastle throw out to J7. J7 tries to, again, play it into Tino. Tino scrambles back and keeps it in play. Trippier now, back to Tonali, just inside his own half. Tonali now on the halfway line. Gives it to Shaw. Again, nice slow build-up play by Newcastle. Down that left-hand side with Tino. Takes Tino into Murphy now, who stayed on that left-hand side. And J7, Murphy doing a bit of a solo effort down that left-hand side, and it's ricocheted off Murphy, and it's eventually going to be a goal kick to Wolves. Murphy trying to do something on his own there.
What minute are you on?
Happen.
We're watching two different things here.
Oh, you're probably a little bit further forward now. You weren't before.
You're confusing the crap out of me.
So no, I'm gonna go with you now, because your screen I couldn't see, mate. To be fair, it had gone really pixelated, but it's come back a little bit. Mosquera now into Gomez. Gomez now with his blonde locks. Tito.
Oh, well done.
Again, just gets a little bit of pressure on the Wolves player, and it kicks it out for a throw in, and it's Trippier. Trippier inside to Bruno. Bruno on the half turn gets tackled though by Andre, and again Woltemade trying to get back, and unfortunately gets the free kick from Woltemade. Now just comes in and touches him on the back of the heel. Andre now not really been involved much with the game. A ball over the top for Totu to have a go, and again he's offside. Just run a little bit early, and what's happened to Trippier there?
Might not necessarily be a bad thing.
Trippier's holding his.
He's hurt.
He's holding his muscle here as though he's gone down.
Oof. Oh yeah.
Yeah, you could see where he's maybe a little bit of touch of cramp on that hamstring. He's just put his finger up to say, give us 5 minutes, I think, to see what's going on there. Yeah, it doesn't look good. I'm hoping it's just cramp and not a hamstring that's gone. So, fingers crossed. He's running okay. Bruno now plays it square to Burn. Burn picks the ball up and he gives it into Tino. Tino just inside his own half. Again, looking for options, goes back to Burn. Playing safe and playing the way he's facing. Shaw out to Trippier. Again, Trippier's time to get the ball out of his feet. Plays it into Tonali. First time up to Bruno. Bruno allows the ball to run in front of him. And again, it gives Wolves the opportunity to get possession back. And it's fed into Gomez, into Andre. Andre feeds it back to Mosquera, who gives it to Gomez. There's too many Gomez. Oh, that's a poor touch. And that's got a chance for now. He's won it back for Wolves, but again, it's just kick forward in haste, and that should be easily won by Newcastle. And again, Woltemade's being hassled there, and J7's got an opportunity into Barnes. Johnson's out, and he just manages to get his palms on that. He was just going to fall. I thought that was going to fall directly into Barnes' path for another goal to Newcastle, but not quite. Again, very scruffy build-up, but we'll take it. Woltemade was definitely being held back there when he was backing in by Mosquera. It looks like Mosquera's got hurt. Mosquera's just having a bit of an issue with a big German, saying that he got a bit of an elbow.
Tasting iron.
Yeah, well, like I said,
get out of here, man. What's he doing?
I mean, there seems as though there was a lot less in that, but this lad looks like he's been hit by Muhammad Ali. Yeah. Mike Tyson in the building.
What the heck, man?
Yeah, Woltemade's looking at him quite quizzly, actually. It's quite funny.
Get up, weirdo. And there's the header there.
Yeah, great finish that was, I must admit. Great finish. I mean, it was a flailing arm, if you like. I've just had a look at a replay again, and I mean, but there was no intent. The way this guy's lying on the floor, like I say, I have no idea what's going on there. Again, everybody just having a look at Trippier, making sure that he's okay. It looks like he's been able to run off a little bit of cramp, which looked like it was just a muscle tightness. Crikey, it's took him a while to get on his feet here. I don't know what the hell's going on with Mosquera.
Yeah. Well,
Pereira,
good.
Just go on, mate.
Good. Good start, I guess you can say. We need to again.
Oh yeah, pressure's definitely been on Wolves.
Yeah. The margin is too close for comfort though. We need to seal this game because you just never know.
Well, yeah, that's true, but I also think that, like I said, the pressure's been building, and you've seen how hastily Wolves have just been trying to kick it clear. You know, they've just been trying to get rid of the lines, if you like. Anyway, Johnson goes long, and it looks like Dan Burn is going to drink that one all day long, and he headed it back into the Wolves, and Tito's able to get it all the way back to Johnson, who again can start again, and Murphy on the close down on the press, just stopping Johnson from throwing that out. So again, Johnson goes to ground with that ball, and he goes long again. This is going to, again, meet and drink for the likes of Dan Burn to get that one. Tonali just double tracking, and he clears that ball out for a throw into Wolves. Again, no time for Tonali because you'd got Gomez on his tail. He's in for it today, Gomez. Again, Andre outside to... I don't know who that is down there. I think that is Bueno. Bueno all the way back to Mosquera, who's just, like I say, playing deepest of the three. Ball over to one. Just cleared then to Tonali. Tonali up to Bruno. Bruno inside to J7. J7 back inside to Bruno. Bruno now with a ball or an opportunity to play the ball up to Harvey Barnes. It's fallen to J7. J7. Harvey Barnes now tries to get the ball out of his feet. He's fallen. Referee saying no. Jockey, play on. And now there's a free kick for Wolves. I think it's again, Mosquera's gone down. Far too easy under the challenge from J7. A little bit of a wry smile there. But again, nice build-up play for the first ball was cleared, and Mosquera with a stretched leg just plays the ball back into J7. And unfortunately, Harvey Barnes falls over his own foot, and he gets the ball and the foot's trapped and goes down. Referee just says, carry on. No chance of a penalty decision there. Wolves now on the edge of the box with Tito, Gomez. Again, Newcastle just standing off them, just allowing them to play in their own half. Again, they go long. It's headed clear by Shaw this time. Tonali with a little toe poke up towards Woltemade. He gives it back to Bruno. Bruno's not able to get that under control, though. And again, our Gomez this time just gets the ball off his toe. And plays it all the way back to Johnson. Johnson back to Tito. Tito back to Johnson. Deep in his own penalty area, looking to go long again. Again, it looks like it's going to be meat and drink for Big Dan Burn, but this time he's got the big Belgian with him. Arakadari goes long to J7. J7 plays it inside to Woltemade. Woltemade now just holding the ball up with pirouettes. And it's a referee's giving a free kick again. Again, lovely control. Close control for Woltemade there. Just helping his teammate out. Tonali gives it back to Burn. Burn out to Shaw. Shaw now gives it to Trips. Again on the halfway line on this right side. Looking for options. Trippier now. He's getting close to space and he gives it all the way back to Fabian Shaw, who's allowed in the angle. Square to Dan Burn. Dan Burn up to Tino. Tino now on the just inside the halfway line of his own half. Over the halfway line now, he's got little support down that left-hand channel. Everybody's come inside of him. And the referee's looking at the referee for a reward of a foul there of Bueno. But the referee's saying just it's a throw-in. Get on with it. Tino now with a throw, and it looks like Willock's coming on.
Willock's coming on the pitch. Interesting.
Yeah, that could be for J7. I think J7's had a run out. Bruno now, sorry. Tino on that left-hand side. Feeds Harvey Barnes a bit further up field on that left-hand side. Tino goes on the overlap. Harvey Barnes comes on his good foot. Feeds it back towards Bruno, who's not had a good game, to be fair, Bruno. He's lost the ball far too easily for me. A long ball diagonally now for Chan to have a go at. And again, Fabian Schär does really well to get that ball out of play for a throw into Wolves. Wolves now with Gomez. Gomez on this left-hand side plays the ball into Andre in the centre circle, gives it outside to Agbadou, who again just allowed to move forward. Newcastle got into this 4-5-1 formation, and now Harvey Barnes just supporting the full-back like we were asking him to do. Again, it looks like Eddie Howe has said exactly the same. Asula coming on as well.
Don't tell me you're going to take Woltemade out, man. He is. Why, Asula, man? Why?
And coming on for Woltemade. I think it's more a risk than reward, mate, isn't it? Because we've got, we have only got one centre forward at the minute. So I suppose what he's saying is, I can't risk anybody else getting hurt. I may as well utilise what I've got. Let's see what Asula can do. So Asula on for Woltemade. And Willock is going to come on. I would imagine it's J7. Yeah, J7 coming off. Again, doesn't surprise me because he's already had his knee looked at once. And it's his first game back. So again, not giving him far too many minutes. And Willock needs game time. And it looks like Wolves are on the verge of making some changes. Andre, Arakadare and Mosquera coming off. So again, change of formation, I think, for Wolves. Yeah, they've gone with Munetsi, who's attacking, Arias, who's attacking, and Bellegarde. So they've gone more or less a 4-3-3 as well by the looks of it. Again,
there we go.
Trying to find something out of this game at the minute. So let's see what happens now. Yeah, it looks like 4-4-2 for Wolves. Played short to Schär. Schär now looking to go long. He goes looking for Murphy, but again, Murphy's just looking to see if there's a slip by their Wolves player, which there wasn't. Too easy for him to head back. Gives it back to Gomez. Gomez now just playing on that outside to Bellegarde, who's just come on. First touch for Bellegarde again. Tries to drive the ball in. It's a bad clear from Schär, but he gets away with it. It's Tonali with a little bit of a late challenge there on Tonali, but the referee's allowed to continue. Tito Gomez all the way back. And again, it's Bueno. He's changed, gone into the centre-half position now. Into Andre. Oh, not Andre, is it? It's Gomez in that midfield. Andre's gone off. I'm just trying to pick the bearings.
Here we go.
Tino Gamble going forward there, but they've lost the ball to Wolves. Wolves on the halfway line now, just moving inside the Newcastle half. Tino manages to get back in line. And again, really bad ball from Wolves. Has given the ball straight back to Newcastle. Again, bit of a heavy challenge, a bit of a clumsy challenge in the middle of the park there. And it's a free kick and a yellow card against the new lad that's just come on. Number 5. I need to change some of these because I don't know all of the Wolves players. That's Munetsi, isn't it? Oh, Bellegarde has come on. Yeah, got him. Schär now. Tonali. Back to Schär. Trippier down the line to Murphy. Murphy plays the ball inside to Bruno. Bruno gets challenged from the back. And it's going to be another... that's got to be a yellow card. Yeah, I'm going to say it's got to be a yellow card because there's more than one challenge from Gomez. Has been lucky on a couple of times that he hasn't already been spoken to. There's lots of movement from Wolves in different areas now. Like I say, they're all over the shop at the minute. It looks... doesn't help us out either, if I'm honest.
And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, Thursday kickoff at 8 p.m. in the UK, the match kicks off by 7 p.m. For the channel. You'll be able to enjoy the live match coverage. Newcastle United versus Barcelona, 7 p.m. UK on NUFC Talk. Bringing you everything about that match on that day.
Ball into the box towards the back stick. It's again cleared by Wolves towards the halfway line. It's picked up by Trippier, who gives it all the way back to Pope. Pope now just got plenty of time to look up and go long. Please go short. No, he goes long. He's looking for options upfield. There's a
probably tried
challenge
to go short.
from Asula. It's given to Bruno. Bruno plays the middle through the middle for Willock, but just a little bit too hard from Bruno. Not his best game at the minute, Bruno. Again, easy for Newcastle because Wolves just play the ball out of play. Again, Murphy allows the opportunity for Wolves to clear, but it's back from Toon Army to Trippier. Trippier gives it all the way back to Shaw. Shaw now looks up and he feeds into Pope's feet. Pope to Dan Burn. Dan Burn now with plenty of time gives it to Tino. Tino, again, loads of time now with this new shape of Wolves because there's not so many bodies around him. Bruno. Bruno goes square. Nice ball to Trippier, who heads it forward, but again, tries to feed in Murphy. Just wrongly directed from Trippier. And again, Wolves getting each other's way to a degree with Arias and Bueno. The ball goes back to Newcastle for a throw-in. Fabian Shaw now on the edge of his own box. Into Toon Army, who's got hands on hips. Simple Simon says, long ball over the top, looking to get Asula underway. But again, just a little bit too meat on the bone there.
Seven games for Newcastle United in this month. I mean, that is crazy. Asula there.
Yeah, because a ball. They're trying to doodle it out there of Wolves.
Ooh.
Again, Johnson just clears, but it's only come out to Trippier, who heads it straight back to Chan, who again tries to feed in Arias, but it's just a poor clearance, if I'm honest. So again, Newcastle throw it in this deep in their own half. Toon Army back to Shaw. Again, now press from the old gold shirts. Burn out to Tino. Oh, Tino.
What are you doing? You just got to touch him, man. You got to, I mean, he's thinking two things at once. That's what happens.
Yeah, I mean, he's in two minds. He's coming deep to get the ball. Just stay planted with your 2 feet.
He's trying to do what Toon Army does, which is see the play, the next play before it happens. But sometimes, brother, you got to stick to your skills, mate.
Yeah, just play simple. Tito now, just giving it back to Johnson. Johnson likes to go long as a keeper, to playing around his box. And again, no press from Newcastle. Goes long. Again, it's headed clear quite easily by Newcastle.
Oh, that's going to be fun.
There's a
little
bit of a movement out the box there to... come on.
Oh!
Come on, finish. What
man.
are you doing? And again, I don't know who it is because my picture's so pixelated. I could just see just players running around. So apologies, everybody
Probably
in Viewerland. Yeah. And it looked like there was a little bit of a chance down that right-hand side now for Wolves. Wolves now, just well done. Toon Army again, tracking all the way back and gets his toe on that one. Ball thrown back to the halfway line with Wolves. Giving it into Gomez. Gomez now just waiting for options. Plays it in quite comfortably to Bellegarde. Bellegarde just playing into Tito. And again, just looking for options. Chan just drops into that deeper role. Bellegarde gives it in. Out now to... is that Mosquera over there? I don't know who that is now. I think there's a poor ball. There's a really poor ball. Harvey Barnes down his left-hand side. He's got the chance now of outpacing the centre half. Plays it into Tino. Tino into Barnes. Barnes! Oh! Barnes trying to get a ball that just shaped into that top corner, into that bin. But again, just leaning back too much. Can't get his hip over the ball. And he plays it over the bar. Nice play, nice interchange in there between Harvey Barnes, Bruno, Tino. And like I say, set up beautifully for him by Bruno with just a little delicate back heel. and he's just able to pick his spot, but again, just plays the ball a little bit too wide, a little bit too high. Very, it's a shame. Just not got his shooting boots on at the minute, Harvey Barnes.
Interesting.
Again, Johnson goes long, looking for Dan Burn again quite easily. Bruno gets a toe to it, and it goes all the way back to Johnson. Johnson now again, no time to mess around, just goes long again, looking for some competition up there. Falls for Tonali. Tonali got Bruno by the side of him. Bruno, and now what's happening? The referee
again was scared.
Stopped. Oh, jeez. Crikey.
Who's this guy?
They're all dropping like flies at the minute, these guys.
Well, interesting second half. Not much of, I would say, not as entertaining as the first half, I must say.
He just gets the ball headed back towards him. I mean, it's a bit, crazy, really, when you look at it.
For
Lopez, yeah, he's an exciting young lad.
Would have been nice to see Larson, but yeah, I forgot he was even. Yeah, that means that Rokadara is not the starting.
Shaw now on the halfway line, feeds it out to Trippier. Ball inside for Murphy to run onto, but again, just not a right angle. Easy for Wolves to clear, but again, it's poor clearance from Wolves. It's fallen to Bruno. Bruno gives it to Tonali. Tonali plays a nice little ball outside to Tino. Tino now with his good touch, able to bring it down, plays the ball into Harvey Barnes. Harvey Barnes looks towards that back stick, but again, not a great delivery. Headed clear by Wolves. And again, it's a little bit of head tennis on the edge, very cleverly done by Gomez, who's fed in Aries, or whatever his name is out there. Looks up, he goes left hand side to Bellegarde. Bellegarde now, Abby's channel the ball down. He gets it out of his feet. There's no challenge from Newcastle. Runs centrally, plays a diagonal ball along the floor to Bueno to run onto. Bueno now feeds it back. Little delicate ball. Palpy's managed to claim that on the second attempt now. Again, nice little build-up play from Wolves, and again, unchallenged for a while. But in the 76 minutes, Newcastle still 1 to the good against Wolverhampton Wonders at St James's Park here. Tina plays the ball back to Dan Burn. Dan Burn, again, just tries to get the ball forward, but it's deflected out of play from Manetzi.
More changes for Wolves.
Yeah. Per Lopez coming on.
Double substitution. Let's see who gets out. Wang and Rodrigo Gomez come out.
Gomez and Wang.
Wanga.
You could tell we Wangers.
Lopez and Chachua.
Chachua, the fastest man in the Premier League, is on. That's what they say anyway. Be interested to see what he can give them. But Per Lopez has got apparently some skill about him, so it's going to be interesting. Again, Wolves start to build up play down that right-hand side. Got an opportunity to cross the box, but again, Tonali gets in the way of that one. Tino half clears it, just more up in the air than clear. Wolves retain possession. Again, numbers back for Newcastle, though. Bruno. Again, given away quite comfortably there by Tonali. And a ball central from Wolves. It's come out to this left-hand side of the box. It's driven across the box, but it's cleared by Willock, who comes back to cover on that penalty spot. It's out for a throw into Wolves. But now throws it back to Tito. Again, just Wolves trying to keep hold of the ball.
Not much for Osula this game so far.
No, not a thing, if I'm honest with you. But again, we've looked a little bit disjointed. We've got a chance here. Little ball fed in for Wolves, trying to get into the box, but it's cleared. Again, it's coming straight back at Newcastle from Wolves. Down this left-hand side now. It's onto the touchline. It's fed back inside to Bellegarde. Bellegarde looks for that angled ball. There's lots of opportunities and lots of time for them to get the ball under control on the corner of the box here. Again, just little give and go, but again, it's a poor ball. That final ball just goes straight out of play for a goal kick to Newcastle. From Agbadou. Pereira having a bit of a go with the fourth official there. Saying that he keeps on stepping outside the technical area. Yeah, it was a good opportunity for Wolves there from Agbadou if he could have just played that ball in. But again, players neither committing themselves to the run, and then when they do, half-heartedly doing it. It's really poor. And again, we've lost a bit of shape since the substitutions at Newcastle, I must admit. Ball just seems to be, every second ball seems to be won by Wolves at the moment. Dan Burn there with just getting the ball in the air. But again, very poor touch from Wolves. Arias just checking his eye socket because, again, the back of Dan Burn's leg, as he steps over him, it's totally different sizes on the park at the minute. And Elanga comes on by the looks of it.
Anthony Elanga coming in.
A bit of pace now on the out.
For
Harvey Barnes.
Interesting.
So
Might be
Harvey
something
Barnes
new to try.
is going over to that, onto that left-hand side from Elanga now. Maybe it's because there's a bit of pace from that new lad that's come on, that Chechua. Maybe they're just asking for pace versus pace. So it's going to be an interesting battle over on that left-hand side with Elanga. Shaw now, back to Pope. Out to Dan Burn. Dan Burn quickly out to Tino. Tino with a heavy first touch again and missed the ball this time. And again, allowed Wolves to come attack down that right-hand wing. Plays the ball back to Fer Lopez. So Lopez now just bringing the ball inside. Plays a nice little ball into Tito from Wolves. Down onto this left-hand side. Just allowing the ball to be played in Newcastle, playing in this 4-5-1 formation. Again, just
a little ole there.
Ole. There's a couple of touches. And again, Newcastle able to bring the ball out. Get rid of it, Bruno.
I can see an Elanga goal
in
coming
front
up.
Of him. Yeah, I hope so. Again, Toon
just
Army
because he is extremely fresh right now, and they're not going to keep up with him.
Well, the back two aren't extremely quick. They seem to have gone for pace up top rather than, or in midfield rather than at the back. So again, they're not really concerned about the pace of our lads. But like I say, at this present moment in time, we're not, we've got an out there from both Willock. It looks like referee has just shown a yellow card to one of the coaches from Wolves.
Wolves coaches are not happy.
Something for Asula, to chase there. But again, easy for Wolves to clear. Again, Trippier just trying to keep the ball in play. But Wolves, again, very poorly from Gomez. Plays the ball out. And he's probably been their best player, to be fair. Gomez, he's hassled all the time. Not really allowed Newcastle to play any football. Shaw now into the feet of Bruno. Bruno up to Willock. Willock, not having time on that ball. But a ball gets deflected for Murphy's throw-in. Back to Trippier. Trippier, back to Murphy. Murphy with a ball inside for Willock to run onto. Willock plays the ball to Dan Burn just inside Newcastle half. Out to the left-hand side with Tino. Up to Elanga first touch now. Back to Burn. Burn into Tonali, who drops deep. Gives it into Bruno. Tonali got a whack on the ankle there. A little bit of a late challenge. Referee eventually pulls play up. Yeah. Gets, again, Gomez a bit delayed on that tackle. That's another one from Gomez. Again, didn't look too bad.
Didn't see a lot in that, but...
No, didn't look too bad. But Gomez and Fabian Shaw are having words now. Don't get involved, Fabian. I think the referee definitely wants a word. This is going to be his final warning, to be fair, for Gomez. Because he has committed multiple fouls.
Multiple infractions for Gomez. That's right.
Yeah, we're all over the shape at the minute. I don't know what's happened to our. Again, Willock seems to be playing more advanced to the two lads that are sat deep. You've got Bruno who's gone left side of midfield now. Willock seems to be in the diamond, but he's in the triangle, but central. Trying to find space in between the two lines, and again, not really giving us options. He's just staying quite central. Ball comes in towards the back stick, headed into the box, and there's a bit of a swinging of the boot there from Willock. Didn't get hold of it, but deflection could have sent the ball anywhere, and it falls directly in the midriff of Johnson, which was lucky for Wolves. Again, a bit of a press from Fabian Schär. Ball comes out to the left-hand side for Wolves. Wolves now just, again, tracking back. Schär just stayed on that ball, and the ball goes out of play. Again, very poor play from Wolves there, trying to get down this left-hand side. I don't know who's coming across. I think Trippier. They're just waiting for Trippier to come across for this one. Surprised Trippier's lasted this long, if I'm honest.
True.
But he's obviously trying to get...
especially with Barcelona coming up.
Yeah, exactly. Nice ball down the line from Bruno here for Murphy. And again, it's intercepted, and it's a corner to Newcastle from Totti, or Totti, whichever way you want to say it. I think we need another goal just to settle us, if I'm honest with you. Like I said, it's too close for comfort for me. Like I say, we seem to have lost a little bit of shape, a little bit of direction. Trippier's shouting at somebody to get out and start moving some of the some of the defenders out the way. Here we go, playing a nice little delicate 1-2 with Tonali. Out to Willock. Willock with little dink ball to the back stick, but that should be easy for Johnson, who comes and gets a fist to it, but doesn't clear it far. But this time, it's just woofed down the field, and Tino directs it all the way back to Pope. Again, under no pressure. Trippier now. Oh, Trippier gives a nice little delicate ball to Tonali. Tonali goes long this time, looking again for Asula. It's headed clear. Again, Asula's not... Asula gets penalised for backing into the defender there.
It's Asula not giving much, but it is just, I guess, what you would expect at this point.
Yeah, Wolves again trying to overlap on that right-hand side, trying to double up on numbers. Again, coming to the left of centre, Gomez. Just trying to keep it nice and steady now. Right-hand side with Wolves, just a little give and go, but again, not really going anywhere. Being forced backwards rather than forwards. Again, right-hand side with Wolves. Going backwards again with Gomez. All the way back to the halfway line. Again, good pressure from Newcastle, not allowing Wolves to play through the channels. Again, they're doubling up and virtually man for man. That was good press, that. Oh, Willock. Just a little bit too strong on Tito. Again, quickly done. Gomez now in the centre circle, just inside Newcastle half. Out to the right-hand side, a give and go, nice and quickly for Wolves. On the edge of the 18-yard box, referee gives a free kick there against Dan Burn. Always against Bruno. And Bruno gets a yellow card. Again, not his best game, unfortunately, today, Bruno. Just putting his arm on his shoulder.
Not his best game, to say the least.
It's been scrappy in that midfield. But Wolves have made us, be scrappy, if I'm honest with you, because they've hassled and they've rushed us through the entire game. So it's a good position here for Wolves. Just right side of the D. Pretty central. Popey just trying to line his players up. Bellegarde and Fer Lopez looking at this one to shape this one. Again, just making sure. Popey just making sure that his far post has got cover as well. Is Fer Lopez going to try and shape one to the far stick, or is it going to go near post? Near post, deflected, out for a corner kick for Wolves this time. Bellegarde tries to sneak one in over the wall into that near post, but again, wall did its job. Again, you've got to stay on. It's in the 89th minute, so this is where we need to get our concentration. Wolves play it short this time. Little give and go, but again, not a great ball, but Fair Lopez manages to keep hold of the ball. He plays it all the way back to the centre circle. We've got to get out at that. Little ball over the top for somebody to run onto, but again, very poor execution from Fair Lopez and Wolves, and the ball's too strong, and it's out for a goal kick. Lots of conversation on that touchline with the Wolves team there, with the officials. Not happy. Something's being said amongst them. Eddie Howe is just getting on the edge and he's saying, get your head on something, shouting at Asula to try and get the ball upfield and hold on to the ball. Just not stuck anywhere. Again, coming straight back from any clearance from Wolves at the minute. Again, another free kick.
Happy with that one.
Yeah, another free kick.
So that's
Wolves.
a necessary free kick because they can now put the ball in the danger zone
Yeah,
for no reason.
absolutely.
Why would you make a foul? You don't need that.
Since Willock and Asula have come on, we've just lost all of that input in midfield completely. Johnson goes long again, headed clear by Murphy on this right-hand side. Again, plenty of time for Wolves to head it back. Headed on again, but again, just a poor directed pass. Again, Dan Byrne just goes central, not really looking up to see where the player was then. And again, Wolves keeper, the ball just inside the Wolves half on this right-hand side, just again, delaying the ball going forward, going backwards with Bellegarde on the halfway line. Bellegarde now being tracked by Asula. Oh, there's a chance I thought there was a chance there for Alanga to nick the ball off his toe, but again, he keeps hold of the ball. Ball does go forward a little bit, but Newcastle seem to just a half clearance, straight back to a Wolves shirt though. Around about the 45-yard mark, ball driven into the edge of the box now. A little chance for Bellegarde. It's deflected against Shaw. Comes out to Bruno, out to Alanga. Alanga gives Shaw a little bit of a danger ball. It's come back to Alanga, to Bruno. We're tight into this corner now. Newcastle trapped in the right-hand side, but again, Bruno gets a little bit of a tap on the backhand from Arias, and it's a free kick to Newcastle. We looked a little bit hurried there. 6 minutes of injury time. But in the 92nd minute, guys. Wolves look, they're likely to get something back. Newcastle at the minute just don't look as though they can get out their own half. There's nothing sticking up top. Popey just clearing his lines now, telling everybody to get forward. Let's keep it on the island now, Popey. Popey goes long, looking for Asula. Again, it goes over the top of Asula, straight to an orange shirt. So, again, giving it straight back to Wolves. Johnson plays it to this left-hand side. Again, closed down by Murphy. Murphy gets a bit of a tug in the back, and it's going to be a free kick. Murphy played for that one all day long, to be fair.
Yeah, it's Sven Botman.
Oh, Botman coming on. So we are just wasting a little bit of time here. Bit of tactics from Eddie Howe. He realises that we're under a bit of pressure.
I just look at Sven Botman's face. He's not looking too happy about coming in at the 92nd minute.
No.
And I don't think he's paying much attention to what Eddie Howe's saying.
Good play from Murphy. Great play from Murphy there. Gets the corner. Again, that's the type of play we need down in that touch line. Forcing Wolves back rather than forward. And there's going to be a substitute now. I don't know who's coming off.
You would assume, well, not really.
Like anybody's coming off.
I don't think a center back is coming out. It would have to be a midfielder, but Bruno?
Well, yeah, potentially. He's not having a great game.
Well, no, I mean, you would probably take
the
on
box from Trippier.
Oh!
The back stick. Dan Byrne with headed back into the stick, but it's clear from Wolves. Wolves now able to get the ball on the floor, but it's charged down from Tonali. Tonali on that left-hand side. He does what he should do, and that's just take it right into the corner and just delay the game. Well done from Tonali. very sensible.
Best man for in the pitch, Sandro Tonali.
Yeah, under pressure. That's what you want to do. Just take the sting out the ball. Just let it go. 23.
23, Murphy.
For Murphy, Jacob Murphy coming off the field. So, again, not done a lot in the second half, to be fair, Jacob Murphy. So, but this is more tactical, just taking the steam out the game, if you like. Like I say, we are early, but it is a must game for us to get some points on the board. Yeah. So I understand the situation. I understand what Eddie Howe wants to do here. So Botman on for the final couple of minutes. And we are in the corner. Played again, just thrown in. Bruno again tries to get a ball deflected back out for Newcastle, but it's headed clear and it's out for a goal kick to Wolves. In the final 90 seconds of the game, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I must admit, I think Tonali has probably been the pick of the bunch today for us. I thought Woltemade has had a really good start as well. I thought he was impressive. I must admit, I was impressed with some of his touches and some of his his play involvement in the team, if you like. Yeah, it looks like his header is going to earn the 3 points for Newcastle. Fingers crossed in these final few seconds. Free kick to Newcastle, just inside the Newcastle half. Fabian Shaw looking to go long. Again, just taking as much time as he can. Takes it down to this right-hand side. Again, Trippier heads it on. Asula keeps it in play, but Wolves clear only as far to Tonali. Tonali plays it into Trippier. Trippier plays it into Bruno. Bruno runs to the byline and again falls over. Referee doesn't give him anything. Again, he's trying to buy these free kicks. There's no need. Just keep hold of the ball.
Yeah, right now we don't need to gamble on the referee.
We don't need to do anything silly. Long ball forward for Wolves. Last throw of the dice here for Wolves. Elanga gets a touch of the ball. Comes to Bruno. Elanga's head up forward to Asula. Asula now. He turns with the ball. Asula with Bruno. And again, Asula was asking for it back, but Bruno wanted a shot at goal there. The ball's deflected out to the halfway line.
Thinking different things. So we need to start.
Yeah, it's a long ball, long one for left-hand side for Wolves. It's a cross into the back stick, headed clear by Trontino, sorry. Bruno just toe pokes it out to that left-hand side, and the referee blows for the whistle.
There we go.
And it's all over. It's 1-0 to Newcastle at St James's Park. Scruffy end to the game, unfortunately. It's been a difficult watch, if I'm honest. Some good points, some really poor points to that one. But for me, I've got to give, and I must say, because of all the pressure, and I know Marky said he's going to give man of the match to Tonali, with the pressure that was on his shoulders and the way he has put himself around for the first 65 minutes.
Look at Eddie Howe and Woltemade.
Yeah, I am going to give man of the match to Woltemade. I think that lad has come on board and done us proud. Like I say, we didn't look like there was going to be goal scorers from anywhere else. And like I say, he snatched the 3 points for Newcastle. So for me, I'm going to give him the man of the match.
Woltemade, the man of the hour in Newcastle today. He is the reason why we won tonight, 1-0 to Wolves, and he's getting congratulated from his teammates as well. Eddie Howe having a few words with him. Maybe words of encouragement. You did well, mate. Had to take yell for this and that. You always have to make sure your striker, if you think that's the top striker, make sure that he is feeling happy, he is feeling good. And he certainly scored a really excellent goal. Good play for Newcastle United. We're going to get into the match reaction right now, and so we'll finish this one. You'll be redirected to the instant reaction show right now. Follow, click the button, and you should be redirected, if not automatically. But if something doesn't go well, just look in the channel. We're going to go live right now. Thank you to Queen of Heart. Thank you to Random Access for a super chat, and also for both of those people for 5 gifted memberships. Thank you very much, all of you, for your kind support to the channel. We certainly need it, and thank you guys for keeping us going. So we shall go in right now for the instant match reaction, ladies and gentlemen, on the YouTube channel, and of course live on the website as well. We'll see you there in just a minute, and people can call in and have your say. We'll see you right now.